These 2 seconds, I'll push the button and get this show on the road, man. Right, so go live. There we go.
Clips, clips.
And remember, citizens, always subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. And $19.95 plus shipping and handling will keep you out of hell. Hell, alrighty, boob tubes. Alrighty, the boss man who's with me tonight. And
good evening, everybody.
And because of the amazing freedom of speech we've got and shit, man. I literally got the thumbnail for this thing fucking whipped down about half an hour before we went live. Because I thought it was hilarious, man. It was a dead Ukrainian soldier who could have been mistakenly drunk on the floor, but he was dead. And loved up fucking Ukraine. And I was just saying, happy anniversary, Ukraine. How's the 2-year marriage with the West going? Not very well. So, hold on, I think that's us all sorted, mate. Oh, no, pushed the wrong button. There we go, back now. So, welcome, mate. How's you been, man? All right?
Not bad at all, and you, Kit?
All good, mate. And this week I've actually turned up sober, so...
Have you really?
Aye, man, and I've stayed sober. I was had to fight the urge to even go and get some fucking alcoholic-free beer there, mate, but I fought it, and the fucking cup of tea won, so I'm going to be sober this week, weirdly. So, mate, there's a million and one things happening, man. I wanted to at least touch on Ukraine and that fucking farce of what happened in Parliament during the week, man, because that's really screwed with people's heads. Just like Ukraine... You can't get a straight explanation if you know a ball hair about what's really fucking going on, man.
Yeah, they started going on about themselves, didn't they, in Parliament?
They
didn't even do the vote, did they?
Mate, the thing is, right, there was no point of voting because of the fucking amendment that Labour put forward, which broke every fucking protocol that's been in place for, 300-400 years now? It's an absolute fucking farce, man. Hold on, I need to make sure this is actually... Alright, the exit is working.
Didn't even do the vote.
There we go.
Right, well, I've got a straightforward question to kick off with then.
Okay, man.
It won't get a straightforward answer, but it's a straightforward question. Do you believe that we are doing the correct thing as the West, backing up Ukraine, although we're only doing it light-heartedly with equipment and probably a bit of manpower and stuff? But do you think we are doing the correct thing, standing against Russia via Ukraine? Do you think we're doing the correct thing?
Well, Victor's right. The winners write the history, mate. So time will tell.
Yeah, but there is no winners yet.
Well, I don't think there is a wrong or a right side, mate. Russia will project that we're the bad side, and we will project that Russia's the bad side. The truth normally lies in the middle. If you look at wars since time immemorial, as time goes on and things transpire, you see things aren't as clearly as initially people thought. But us just fucking useful eaters, we just need to be herded one way or the other. So I don't know if we're doing the wrong thing or the right thing, mate. What we're doing is doing what humans do and go to fucking war over fucking women and territory and resources.
Yeah, but there is a question like where will Vladimir Putin stop? You see,
Yeah. Well,
because it's in his interest to narrow the line of attack that Russia can be attacked from. You see, so it's probably not going to stop where we think he's going to stop. Is the point that the West is making?
Well, mate, if his quotes...
I'm not saying it's valid.
If his quotes from the past are true or anywhere near accurate, the words that I've heard him saying is he would be interested in taking back some of the states that were under the USSR. And I've even heard some Western commentators saying that, right? So here's the argument. Is he stealing it off of us, or did we steal it off of them? You know what I mean? Where does it begin and where does it end? I mean, it's literally whoever's planting their flag.
Yeah, but it was at the fall of the USSR, wasn't it, that these Poland and that got the countries back?
Well, you say they got their countries back, but there was a lot of people in those countries that were happy with communism. It's just that the PR of the West won out. You know, I don't know about you, mate. See, when I was growing up, right, and we're roughly about the same fucking ballpark, so you'll understand what I mean. The impression I got about Russia was bread lines and them all fucking pure. You know, it was a shithole and stuff just because we were coming out of the Cold War and we wanted to follow the Berlin Wall. But in reality, like, it wasn't like that. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't completely like that. They just took the worst circumstances, projected that into the West as anti-Russian propaganda and how bad Russia was and like how great we were with our shiny new things and hunters of plastic and new cars and shit.
There was a lot of cabbage soup going on though, Kip.
Yeah, mate, and that was because of the economic warfare that was done because of the warfare. Fuck.
Your average wage for your average Russian, right? Average is $200 a week.
Is that just now, mate? Obviously.
Yeah. So they do actually want, you know. What I'm saying is, Putin is not this great fucking. They look, you know, basically they look after the people at the top far more than we do, even. And there is absolutely no democratic vote in Russia, by the way. You know, they have elections, but Putin wins every time. 24 years now.
Do you remember not too long ago you had Putin? Because, like, I might be wrong, speaking wrong here, but the best I understand it is the way, like, you know, in most countries you have a head of state, right? In our country, it's the king, right? He's unelected. No cunt can shift him. In Russia, they have a head of state, which is called the president, and underneath him, you have the prime minister, right? So the head of state, and then you have the head of government. So we have the same setup over here. It's just that our fucking head of state is you can't question him. Some would say the same about Putin. So how are they good and we are right? It's just the way it fucking things pan out and how people can get away with this shit. If you want to look...
How much pull do you believe King Charles has got?
In the UK? Well, tons, mate. The fucking tons.
Yeah, yeah. Tons to your average person, but it won't be as big as it. I don't think it'll be as big as you could get excited about. You know, if you know what I mean when I'm saying that.
I don't think he's sitting there.
Politics. It can affect politics, but not like he's not the be all. It's not like the. Well, it's arguable, but I don't think they're as powerful as they'd like to be. Put it that way.
Well, it's a pyramid system, isn't it, right? So you've got Prince Charles, and all the lords kind of answer to him, right? And then you've got Prince Charles, and he's in charge of fucking religion, doing your gaff. Yeah. So you've got the separation of power.
What religion?
The Church of England.
Go to church now it's very, very minor, isn't it?
Yeah, but who married the king? Who had to marry the king? Who done what's the fucking thing? The wee ceremony when he get put in charge. The fucking all the religious motherfuckers had to be in charge in there. Go and check out the House of Lords, man. See how many fucking funny cunts and funny costumes you'll see in there. Right, and this is the separation of power in the UK. It's meant to be the head of state, the House of Lords, and the House of Commons. Right, Prince Charles is the head of two of them. Literally. And then your House of Commons, we just seen what happened the other day there. They just make that shit up as they go along while they're arguing about wee crumbs of cheese that fall off the big block. And that was, mate, see what happened in the House of Commons on Wednesday. I would put a lot of money on it, if I had a lot of money, that was orchestrated. Because they were scared that there was going to be a motion put in place to call for an immediate ceasefire. And I know everybody thinks that fucking Israel rules the world and all that, but who put pen to paper on both of them? Who fucking done the handshake? It was Church of Scotland, motherfucker, Lord Balfour, and Rothschild. Right, so Lord Rothschild loyal to? The City of London or his fucking religion?
Yeah.
I think he's loyal to the City of London, mate. So I know the fucking shitty, know his religion. Because this is the way I see it. Back in the Victoria era, you had to rock up on a Sunday and go to your church and all that, show that you're religious, dib, 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 I'm a good guy. And then at night time, because you had no TV, you had no internet, you had no YouTube, cunts like, what the fuck do we do? And that's where all these wee fucking, well, a lot of dudes would go to the lodge and fucking go down that way. That would be like people's YouTube back in the day. And they're like, and people would say, and that's why a lot of religious folk would say, like Masons, for example, amongst hundreds of other ones, are like the Antichrist or they're the devil or something like that, because they were willing to entertain different thoughts and feelings. And that was, see for people with open minds back in the day, man, you wouldn't want to just sit there in front of your pipe and slippers in front of a fucking roaring fire with fuck all today. But like, fuck off, I'm away out. This cunt's got a book, tells me about fucking mega crazy ass shit. Do you know what I mean? That was people's tinternet back in the day. And whether real or wrong, but these people were perceived to be like, so what I'm saying is people will turn up on a Sunday or a Saturday and fucking say, hey, I'm religious. But they're not really. Do you know what I mean? But like, you only need to watch.
Well, I bet a lot of money if I had any that the City of London and the massive corporations that lurk around, I'd bet that they're more powerful than King Charles.
Oh, mate. Well, Prince Charles is the powerful at all, and let me see me through. Prince Charles is the figurehead, the face, the connection between God makes it all good, because he's the head of the church. But let me finish me. But the Prince Charles has no dough. It's the Crown Corporation. And what's the Crown Corporation? Where does that get managed? The City of London.
Oh yeah.
So if you look at it, like the Crown Corporation, I'm pretty sure you can even fucking find them in fucking Business House or whatever it's called and all that, because it's separate. You've got the royal family, and they're the kind of, because they have no choice in what they need to do, what they need to say, the engagements they turn up at, and all that. They can't wake up just warming like the Duke of Edinburgh, man. Like, yeah, Lizzie, come on, we're going to have a doobie day, man. Let's get busy. You know, they've got apparatuses, and they're a figurehead of an institution, but they've got no say in what happens in it, and that's the kind of way I see it. But they obviously get perks and shit. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that they're like paupers or anything, but that's why. Can you imagine, mate? Look at that. Was it in the 40s? Who was the dude? Who was Elizabeth's fucking dad that advocated because he wanted to go and pump the fucking actress over in America? You know what I mean? He couldn't just go like, right, fuck.
Oh, right.
Like, he advocated and handed.
Was it Edward?
People will know who I'm talking about, but he advocated because he fell in love with a wee Hollywood hottie, and the apparatus, the institution.
He abdicated, didn't he?
Aye, and then that's how Queen Elizabeth came fucking queen. Well, king. Queen, oh fuck. Did Elizabeth? No, I think she's known as. Did Elizabeth became queen at a very young age, man, because her dad advocated, because power of the fanny. So he couldn't just go like that, clap his hands and make it be. He had to. There's rules and regulations to these fucking institutions. But you do have the option to opt in it.
I was right. I've just Google's backed me up. Yeah, it was Edward.
What year was it, mate? Does it tell you a year? 30 something.
Let's have a look. This is on Wikipedia, so it must be true.
Of course, man.
Well, I know that. Well, all right. Here you go. January the 26th until his abdication, December of the same year. So, yeah, it was 36.
All right. Just before the.
Yeah, because it was a bit. It did agree with Hitler's viewpoints, didn't he, on some level?
Wait, the royal family were all raving fucking Nazis at the time.
But if you go back through their lineage, they're all Jews as well, aren't
they? Well, what's the one Alex Jones used to say? Saxe,
Queen Victoria's. I think it was the Queen Victoria's dad.
Mate,
German Jews, like, apparently. I don't know.
I,
It's something that I've heard. I
mate,
don't know.
I guarantee there's a fucking video or a website out there, right? See, because what was I going to say? See the whole the European royal family. They're all interbred motherfuckers, because that's what you used to do. You used to marry your daughter off to that family to get power with that family.
Yeah,
It's all power games, man.
you did. And when they married Charles with Lady Di, they actually married Charles with Lady Di, keeping in mind that there was a good bit of distance between the lineage. Did you know that?
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you something really weird? See when they found Prince Dodi Al Fayed's body, right? They looked at his dick and
Yeah.
it was all, he looked at his dick, right? It was all blue. Do you want to know why? He was dipping it in dye. Sorry, man. Isn't it fucking untasteful joke, but it's quite funny,
Right.
that one.
If this is true, what I've just said, that they were attempting to try and keep the children that were born not being absolutely mentally ill and deformed. The Queen had a sister that were deformed, and they put her in a mental institute. Did you know that?
Mate, it doesn't surprise me because they were interbreeding so
Yeah.
much. Mate, that's why they all look so fucking funny still. All of them. I mean, I wasn't watching, I flicked it, but the fucking, who was it? Was it the Dutch? No, the Dutch. The Danish royal family, the head of the Danish royal family stepped down and advocated to our younger man because she hot 60 or something. And I was looking at him and I'm like, but mate, that's the rumour why, like, nowadays you get Prince Charles. He couldn't marry Camilla because they're too fucking for the same gene pool. So he fucked off and got Princess Di, who's still for the same gene pool, but a wee bit further
there you
off.
go. That's what I just said, isn't it?
Oh,
That's
no,
what
no.
I just said.
Exactly,
They
mate.
specifically picked Lady Di because the genes, everyone's related. Lady Di was direct descendant of Winston Churchill, wasn't she?
Well,
But the genes was further apart in the hope that they actually got some children that could speak.
do you ever remember back in the day? Hold on, I'm going to send a quick. Do you ever remember back in the day? And I mean, mate, it must have been a good 5 years ago or something, right? And it was doing the rounds. I think even fucking Alex Jones showed it. And it was a wee girl, right? And she'd done this for a school project. She'd done a family tree or lineage or something, right? And it was basically she showed that all the presidents were fucking related somehow. I mean, literally, I think it was like all of them apart from one. You could connect them, like you could. It was fucking hilarious.
I don't think it. I don't find that shocking.
Oh, either that, man. No, not at all, mate. I agree.
If you try hard enough, like they say, Lady Gaga is related to I don't know, it's someone in the monarchy, and so's Madonna, and then they go, oh, it's the Illuminati, but it's not. It's if you search back decently enough, you'll find that everyone, especially people at the top, say for the past 500 years, you will find that they are.
Right, I'm going
relations, won't you?
I'm going to do a Google search. School girl finds all presidents related. Right, this is just a Google search. There we go, man. Right. So I can actually show this shit. And stay tuned, folks. I'm going to fucking bounce into a wee bit of a. Let me think how the audio's going to work here, mate, so you can hear this. I'm going to have to turn off my Bluetooth. People at home and yourself will probably get a shite fucking quality, but you will be able to hear it. If you've got a second device, mate, have a look at it and you'll be able to see this video as well. But how long ago was this? Mate, 14 fucking years ago, right? And this was on a wee Obama's right, it was about Obama. This is amazing. Right, let me just turn off my fucking earphones if I can. And then we should all be able to hear this. Just the technicalities about how we're rocking it. Right.
Obama. She and the school launched tonight the story of a 7th grader from Salinas who claims to have made a major discovery about President Obama. She and her grandfather said President Obama is
Is that
related
so
to
low?
all but one U.S. president. Again, more tonight from Action News and Felix Cortez, live in our Salinas News.
So Obama's related to all but one previous American president.
Well, Dan, the youngster spent the summer, really all summer, tracing the family tree of our presidents. Her conclusion that all the presidents, with the exception of one, share the same grandfather.
Share the same grandfather. All presidents, with the exception of one, share the same grandfather. Now, bear in mind, this was back in the Obama days, so there could be, what am I saying? There could be skin in the game to just fucking make a shit up. You know, the anti-Obama fucking stuff.
Which grandfather? Which grandfather are they on about?
I'll play the rest of it, right?
What I'm saying, it's got to be a great grandfather, hasn't it?
Well, look, she's got the whole. So if you could hold on, I can even big screen it for everybody, man. Right. So it's not as if she's just saying this. She's done all the research and shit, right? This isn't me, by the way. But it's the video itself is low as fuck. So sorry about the audio, man. But
11-year-old Bridget Davigno says she's made a first-of-its-kind discovery that President Obama and all the presidents before him, with the exception of one, are related. And
the one that was related was the King of England, John Lackland Plantain something.
of a former king of England.
No, they are all cousins, and their grandsons, John Lackland.
Davigno says she spent countless hours on the internet over the summer researching the lineage of our presidents, a project that started with her trying to trace her own family tree.
But I'm the first historian to do all the presidents.
Good on you, hen. She called herself a historian. That's brilliant, man.
I'm very glad I got this done, and I think it will turn out to be a success.
The Monte Vista Christian 7th grader has written President Obama to tell him the presidents before him are his cousins. She hopes to present this family tree chart personally to the president. But Bridget has her skeptics, including this reporter, her biggest supporter and firm believer that Obama is a descendant of a former king of England. Is no doubt her mother.
Wait, so a King of England didn't fuck a black woman along the line? You kidding me on?
You have a child, and they 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 have a child. All we're saying, all she's saying is this guy is the great, 25th, 27th, depending on what line it is. He created all this family. So do I believe it? Yes. It's hard, but it's...
Yeah, but Craig,
Yo.
Well, Mom.
you're a Houston, aren't you?
Aye.
So there'll have been a great feudal lord, won't there? 1,000 years ago, won't there?
Well, Houston was a clan, mate. Houston's
Right,
a
well
clan.
then there you go. Right, and you'll be related to him, won't you, on some level?
Well,
Unless you're a bastard.
No, well, because my name's Houston, I won't be a bastard. I know my dad on my family tree before the internet.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you might be a bastard down the line somewhere. One of your ancestors might have actually been a bastard, is what I'm saying.
Oh, mate, I'm pretty sure there was a lot more bastards about than we fucking anybody cares to imagine.
That's exactly what I'm saying. But all right, then we'll do a DNA then. If you do a DNA, like, you find out who you're related to, don't you?
Well, my dad, back in the day when you had to go to libraries and all that, done our family lineage, and he traced it back to a farm in Northern Ireland, which was where Sam Houston came from.
Yeah, well, my dad did one as well, and I've told you this before. Like, we
St.
apparently
Clair.
said it was like the Auckland Islands. But what I'm saying is, everyone is related, aren't they?
Hold
So
on.
if you do a family tree on all the rich or wealthy people, you find that is a natural occurrence. But or is it the gay Illuminati Jews? It might
I'm really confused now, mate, 2 seconds, because I fucked about with the audio there. I don't know where I'm at. I can't hear it now. That's not right. 2 seconds, buddy. I've fucking fucked up the fucking technical shit. Right. Now, in theory, this should just fucking connect. Yo, buddy, I'm going to phone you back in 2 seconds, right, so I can get this audio right. Otherwise, it's just going to sound like shite.
Right, okay.
Right, phone you back right in 2 seconds, man. Right, there we go, because I think the fact that I'm on fucking WhatsApp. There we go. Right, sorted. See, he's amazing, man. Even for a stupid cunt, I don't understand a wee bit of shit. Right, yeah. No, that's the wrong fucking... No, that's the right... No, that's the wrong people I'm phoning. Fuck. Right, there we go. Back in the game. Back in the game.
Yo.
There we go, man. Back in the game. But I mate, that's amazing. I would love to. Do you know what I'm going to do at some point, by the way? Because I'd forgot about that until there. I bet you can Google image search the wee charts she's got there and just tinker about in it. Because that's that kind of stuff I love, man. I love looking at that kind of stuff, man. You with me, man?
I can hear you, but you sound like a Dalek.
Oh, shit. Do you know what I'm going to do at some point, by the way? Because that's...
Not on the channel, but on the phone.
I'll hang up and phone again, mate. I think it's just been a bad connection.
Right, I'll ring you.
Right, okay, dope, man. Doing it live.
Hello.
Right, hello. Better now?
Hello. That's absolutely spot on.
Right, nice one, man. I was looking, there's 2 people that have voted in the poll, right? I put a poll in saying who will win, Ukraine, Russia or peace deal. And I think there will be a compromise. And the reason I'm saying that is because if you listen to what the talking heads are saying just now, you're starting to hear a small ball here, a whisper, we're not going to beat Russia. Because they can't.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say then. You won't get Russia backing down. Russia will be forever.
I don't think so. Because
Russia have got Putin's got everything to lose if he gives up, you see.
Well, it's their neighbour, mate. It's right. It's their fucking neighbour. You know, I was listening to a report yesterday and they're talking about they want this city. Russia's going to try and capture this city. And then they were like, the whole city speaks Russian. It's almost as bad as when you hear them trying to demonise China for putting ships in the South China Sea. They're like, they're being aggressive. You're like, I know about the fucking Chinaman putting boats in that sea for it. It's not as if it's got their name on it.
Bastards.
But right, so I'll do this quickly, buddy, just so people can have a wee refresher about how this whole Ukraine thing started. Because if you listen to the news on the 2nd anniversary of this, all you hear is Russia invaded. So let's have a closer fucking look, because that isn't how this all kicked off. And it's very easy today, man, right? So I remember way back in the day, Yanukovych, a democratically elected leader of Ukraine, regardless if he was called pro-Russian or fucking this, that, or the other, democratically elected. Now, because he made the decision to move Ukraine's economy, let me see, I can even show you this. This is on Reuters. Especially, now look at the date on this. 2013. Right, timestamp this, people, right? Here's the timeline. So Yanukovych, democratically elected leader of Ukraine, no matter how much a ball bag he may be, Ukraine spurned the EU and embraced Russia, right? People have short fucking memories. I don't. Are any of the news telling you about this shit? This is when the war started. Right, so what did we have after that? Yanukovych was the democratically elected leader. Right, you can go and just check him out, right? Good, bad, ugly, indifferent. He's probably just much as a scumfuck as, do you know who? Every other fucking politician in the world. Then, what did you have? I know it is Maidan, but they've renamed it, they've rebranded it. Euromaidan. Euromaidan, as I used to call it, man. And then even a Wikipedia page. Revolution of Dignity. Now, go and check this shit out, right? Depending on which side of history you sit on, it's either a coup or a revolution. A revolution good, coup bad, right? But the same fucking thing. It's people in fucking dressed up in fucking black jumpsuits throwing petrol bombs using military style tactics to break into a building and throw the other cunt out and take over. That's exactly what happened in Maidan, right? 2000 and fucking, there's November 2013. He turned the economy towards the Ukrainian was turning their economy towards Russia and not the EU just before that. So we had the Maidan. So who was behind the Maidan and why did it happen? Well, it was I don't know if you remember when all this kicked off and there was wars in the fucking in the Independence Square, and Russia managed to intercept Victoria Nuland's phone call for her to the fucking Department of Defence.
There were American snipers, weren't there?
Well, she get caught saying fuck the EU because America was in there for their interests. The EU were in there for their interests. They basically brung around this coup or revolution and to get the spoils, right? And it was all good in the hood until they started to try to fucking take over Crimea. Because Crimea, Russia would never in a month of fucking Sundays give up Crimea. If you look at the map right now of where Russia's took over, it's like a... And Russia, I think Russia would be quite happy with the land that they've got, because that's to protect a land invasion against Crimea. This week, that wee midget motherfucker, what's his name? Fucking the leader just now, the Ukrainian leader just now, came out and said... Zelensky. He came out and said we started the war too early. And the reason they started the war too early is because Russia just marched into Crimea and went, there's no way yous are having this. Nope. Zip, zap. And it's because it's their only warm water port and very fucking important to them military. So you had the Euromaidan, and then when did you have the invasion? Oh no, fuck. Russia, Crimea invasion. 2014. Right, so it was February it started. The Crimea crisis, as they called it. So there you have, at the end of 2013, Yanukovych moving the Ukrainian economy towards Russia, not the EU. Boom shakalaka, you have this ground roots fucking revolution, not a coup, kicking him out. And then in 2014, you have the Crimea crisis. And all you do is need to go and look at a map. In fact, let's just fucking do that. It's not that fucking hard. Hopefully it'll be Crimea. There we go. So, like, Crimea is Russia's only warm water port in the Black Sea, and then you've got the, what canal's it called there in Istanbul? I forget the name of that canal. But Russia has all sorts of fucking treaties and stuff with Turkey so that they can use that canal all year round, which gives them, their submarines, their navies, access to the Mediterranean Sea all year round, which strategically is very important. And if you look where, in fact, map of Russian territory in Ukraine. Map Russia's territory, Ukraine. There we go. So, that's a bit shit. Right, so Russia's created a buffer zone between Russia and you might as well call Ukraine fucking NATO. Might as well call it NATO. Now, who've made the first fucking move and why? Go back to 2013. Boom shakalaka 2014. You have fucking the Crimea crisis. And then you have Russia going like that, right? To keep hold of Crimea, we need to create a buffer zone. That's exactly what they've done. Right? And then every cunt's saying, Russia invaded. Did they? Or were they protecting their... Because Crimea, although technically Ukraine had all sorts of treaties, again, with Russia to protect their rights and their military base there for hundreds of years. You know those crazy treaties that get signed between countries for hundreds of years and shit? It was one of those numbers. But after Ukraine fell from Yanukovych...
Ukraine was forcing Russian-speaking people, weren't they, into speaking Ukrainian?
Oh, I could believe that, mate. I could believe that.
So that was one of the main reasons Russia were getting annoyed with Ukraine, because from Putin's point of view, it was a form of Nazism, wasn't it?
Well, mate, a lot of them associate with being Russian rather than Ukrainian.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the part I'm making. But it depends what part of the map you're on, doesn't it, as to how Russian they feel.
Well, here's a wee bit inside baseball, right, mate? I used to have a Polish girlfriend, right? So she was a bit older than me, and she witnessed the transfer between a communist state and a pro-Western state, right? And she fucking hated the Ruskies, right? So, she hated them with a fucking passion. I mean, a real passion, right? But another weird trait I found about her, right? Because she came out of a communist state, because she lived through the transition of a communist state into a capitalist state, right? To say she was possessive over her things is an understatement. Because she came from a state where everybody shared everything, to a state where it was like, that's fucking mine, give me it. And that had been so far home with her that it was really, really annoying.
But like the Ukrainians that don't want to be under the Russian Empire, right? I can understand where they're coming from, because if in Russia your average wage is $200, and in the West it can be the sky's the limit.
Well, is that true in Russia just now, though, mate? Because I know that
Google it.
I know there might not be it's much more, what would you say it, fucking social mobility as in the West, but I thought there still was a relatively...
No, it's a very poor country. The people live very poor in general. There are a few rich ones, obviously, but in general, your average workman is on fuck all. They have very bad standards of living. The guy that made the Kalashnikov, he only had a little flat. So more guns than any other fucking make on the planet. And even now it's a bit like that. Russia is not the... It's not the... We wouldn't like living there, I wouldn't have thought. Anyway,
no chance, mate. No, I understand that, mate. I wouldn't, man. I would have fucking... I'd have been dead by now, no, because they would have killed me, just because fucking... Run to the litter, man. Go out and fucking die. Survival of the fittest shit, man.
Yeah, it's a very poor country for like your general people. Like that Tucker Carlson when he's going on how great Moscow is. Well, Moscow's a big stage, isn't it? It's a big city. When you get out into the suburbs, like it's subsistence living, you know, and life will be very tough.
Aye.
There's a documentary and it's called, I can't think of the name of it. It's called something like, it's like The Lost Children of Russia. Like, and in Russia, you've got The Unseen, I think it's called, and they've got a massive problem with homeless children.
Yeah.
Right? We don't have that in the UK, do we? Really? I know there'll be the odd one, but in general, the system picks you up, but not in Russia. You know, it's a hard place.
Street kids
and
that's
all that.
Why
I think that the Ukrainians don't really want to live under Vladimir Putin, in my opinion. And I think it proves it because, like, you know, they're all they're all fighting the war, aren't they? they really wanted to be in under the Russian whip, they wouldn't have fought for Ukraine, would they?
Do you know what I heard the other day, right? It was the first time I heard it. It was on a show called No Agenda, and they were talking about how Ukraine are really struggling, not only for ammo and gear, but that could just be for money, but they're struggling for soldiers. So not only have they got conscription,
They will be, won't they?
I don't know if this is Russian propaganda or no, but there was reports of
No,
kids
Ukraine
getting
have been enlisted. They've been enlisting 15-year-olds and stuff like that. It's like some old fucking World War fucking one shit. Like, you know what's going on.
women as well,
There's
mate. Women as well.
there's 150 million Russians.
The
And
women, well, man, I think they've been conscripting women as well.
Well, you do, don't you, when your back's to the wall? You know, this is why it's a dangerous thing, because in the end, it can pull everyone else in, can't it, in the end?
Well, that's Sweden. Sweden announced conscription, and Estonia announced conscription. And I can't remember where I heard this report, but they talked about Sweden doing it. They talked about Finland doing it. They talked about Estonia doing it. And if you go and look where those countries are, makes sense. If you're scared against Russia, and then he started talking about the UK doing it. Oh no, no conscription. Sorry, national service.
Right. Right. Here we go. There's basically 37 million people in Ukraine, and Russia is 150 million.
Is Ukraine only 37 million people?
According to the internet, what I've just typed in.
Mate, just by landmass.
And a lot of them have done a runner.
Most of them are here.
And yeah, there's this guy that I'm sub to, and he did he's got like a mountain bike, and he's like has a tent on it. You know, I don't know. You know, I got a name, but like where they ride through and he rode all the way through Ukraine. And I said, "Did you see any wars?" He went, "No." He said, "I've seen some soldiers."
Well, you're just saying the population there, mate. I'd imagine Ukraine must be fairly not densely populated then.
No, it's not. It's big, but it's not massively highly populated. You see, a lot of space. That's why it's a breadbasket of the world, isn't it? You know, they grow a lot of fertilizer and wheat and stuff. We could have big problems in the next couple of years.
Well, we already have, man, mate. Look, fucking, because
but I mean, real problems.
No, that's why the Black Sea and Crimea is so important. Because that's where Ukraine fucking ships all their grain off. Because I know that there's been problem with them getting their grain out because Russia's ships in the Black Sea, and that's why Crimea is so important. Like, it's all about trade, isn't it? Look what's happening in the Red Sea. I pulled up a map. I pulled up a map there of the old Russian Empire, mate, which shows Ukraine part of the old Russian Empire. But it's semantics, man. It's changed hands hundreds of times.
It's quite amazing that anything's actually functioning at all. And yet, if you look at a street, if you look at a city centre in Ukraine, yeah, they're all walking around just doing the shopping. Everything's perfectly normal.
I think it's obviously maybe different places and different.
Absolutely, well, I'm not saying it isn't. But what I'm saying is, the world goes on regardless, doesn't it?
Oh, aye, wheels keep spinning, mate. Aye. It is always surprising
when we were getting bombed in the Blitz. Yeah, it didn't stop everyone getting on with the day, did it?
Things still went on. Well, I'm just glad we've got drones and robots to fight this one now.
It's like when the Russians went to set up the battlefield, their end of it, they built their trenches and like they had big fucking fanti coming in, pouring concrete. It's concrete trenches. See, modern warfare is completely different now, isn't it?
I'd imagine so, mate. I'd imagine so.
Absolutely.
It's less about the numbers nowadays, isn't it? Which I suppose be a good
Yeah, I
way
suppose
of
it
saying
is
it.
in a way, isn't it?
It's more
Well,
about
you still need the man. You still need your soldiers, but you don't need as many if you're going to attack via like short range missiles, do you?
that seems to be what it's about, man. I
Yeah, it's
don't
not
know if,
like all meeting. It's not like all meeting in the middle of a big field, is it anymore? Like,
I don't know if you've seen Russia just took over. Let me get this right. I might be getting this wrong, but I think I'm right. Ukraine's biggest nuclear power station. I think they just took it over.
right?
And it was showing you I've watched it on RT, right? And you get one side, then you watch it on the West, and then you get another side. And on the West, it was like you could see the Ukrainian people like, please stop shooting us. You might have a nuclear meltdown.
But if the Ukrainians voted to join the EU, right, which they did, didn't they? General consensus.
But I didn't.
Then-
That wasn't the normal.
Well, that does then make Putin the invader, doesn't it? Really?
Well,
It does.
he has invaded that country. There's no doubt about it. It's like why and for what reasons and who started the whole. You know, it's like poking some cunt with a stick and then he punch you back. You go, he started it.
Have you never listened to John Mearsheimer?
I'm not sure, mate. I don't think so.
Oh, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. He's a bit of a Russian agent, like, but he's brilliant. And you know, he's saying like that Russia kept warning the West to fucking back off with the what's the
Expansion
army
in
called? Come on, what's
Expansion
the
in
army
NATO.
called?
NATO.
Yeah, you know, and it kept warning, and we just kept going. And I'd said it years ago in a video before all this. I said, look, we're constantly surrounding the edges of Russia and sticking fucking missile silos in the ground. I said, yeah, we're saying, well, they're not nuclear. I said, but it doesn't take long to run up and stick a nuclear warhead on, does it?
Aye.
So, like, on that level, I understand. I understand where Putin's coming from, and I understand where the West is coming from.
See,
Right.
ultimately, like it's mate. Look at old-fashioned wars, right? When it was like one prince against another prince or king or fucking emperor or whatever, and it like nobody would question the fact that it was basically them swinging dicks. Do you know what I mean? It's real powerful people, and as you alluded to earlier on, the bigger corporations that are behind these people swinging their dicks for power. It's like you'll love this
Yeah.
one, mate. You like Libya. What was the reason for Libya? Because Gaddafi was going his own way monetary wise, man, and you couldn't have that. He wasn't playing ball with the international money fund, taking loans to then have to repay them. So they weren't get the mafia
Yeah,
that
well,
they are. They weren't getting their slice of the
what-
pie.
They was afraid of Gaddafi because Gaddafi was on about uniting the
Arab world.
Arab.
He was, mate. See if you want a good giggle one day, go and check out some of the speeches he done at the UN. They were fucking tastic, man. Hold on, I'm saying that as if I've not got fucking internet here, man. People, you can go and Google fucking just the Russian Empire. Look at the Russian Empire, Russia's expansion, contraction, Prussia, etc., 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 and see how many time and hands that Ukraine has went from one place to the other, and then you can argue about the history. It's like arguing about fucking Jersey or fucking something like that, you know. Gaddafi UN. Oh, there we go, man. Right. Is it good? 2009, man. Then the guy died with a fucking broom handle up his ass.
Ukraine wants to be in a democratic system, doesn't it? With the West. It doesn't
You
want
can-
to be. It doesn't want to be under the Russian whip that's had Vladimir Putin win every election for the past 24 years, does it?
Sorry, say it again, mate. I was fucking distracted.
Right. Well, look. Right. All right. Ukraine wants to be in a westernized democratic system.
Aye.
Right? It doesn't want to join Russia and be under the whip of Russia that has had the same elected official, Vladimir Putin, for 24 years, does it?
Well, very true.
And
mate.
you know what I mean? Like, I see what I can see what the West. I know it's using this. I know it's using Ukraine, but I can see why it's using it, and I can see why the Ukrainians are
Interested.
keeping it going against Russia. You see, because they don't want to be they don't want to be. They want to be Ukraine, don't they? Really, is what I mean.
Well,
They don't want to be Crimea. They want to be Ukraine.
That's why it's so important that back in the day when the TV was king, that all your TV channels in the West was pumping out fucking stuff that make the West look amazing. That's why all the Western channels used to get fucking blocked or banned or not played in Russia or
Yeah.
or Korea.
Well, now
right?
we've done it to our team now. But what did Churchill say at the end of World War II? They had a plan. It was called the Unspeakable Plan, and the plan was for America and the UK and the French and some of the German army. Believe it or not, you can Google this if you don't believe me. It sounds unbelievable. I do agree. To keep going and crush Russia. Because Churchill could see what was coming, you know, with the Iron Curtain and the communist. Well, it never made communism. The socialist Soviet Union, and he wanted to, you know, while we were all on site, like at the end of World War II, to then attack the Russians and push them back, and not let them have the Berlin Wall. You see.
No, well, as soon as World War II ended, everybody started drawing new fucking lines in the sand, didn't they?
Yeah.
Mine's
Well,
is
Churchill
better.
wanted to avoid that. Churchill wanted to avoid that, but he didn't get the support. He wanted to go to war with Russia at the end of World War II, basically, and put them in the fucking place. And it would have been the perfect time because they would have been weak. But it never happened because, like, at the end of World War II, everyone had enough.
Well, mate, it looks like we're going to get a third one. You know, this is going to be another war to end all wars until the next one. All right, in the evening, ramblings of a madman. Stalin did the same.
Nixon, he's quite interesting because he went to every communist country before he was the president. He's done some quite good talks after when he was no longer president, like saying like how you deal with the Russians, what the Russians are like, you know. And he said, like, you know, that you can be friendly with them, but you can't be friends. You can't take them at the word. You can't trust Vladimir in his interview with Tucker Carlson, for example. You get what I mean?
Oh, mate.
Slippery cunt.
Do you know what's so strange, right? Like, go back 10 years and everybody's mainstream media. Some of those same talking heads are doing the exact same shit, but putting it out in the internet and everybody's like, gobbling it up. You're like, huh?
Like it's brand new.
Not even like it's brand new, mate. It's just like, well, when he was in Fox News, he was lying, but now he's on fucking the internet doing his own thing. He's telling the truth. Nobody understands. It's because the internet is king now. Internet is king, and it's a bit like the Wild Wild West at the moment in the sense that a lot of people can still get their voice out. That I don't think that'll be happening for long, man. Can you imagine if full war, mate? What would happen to the internet if full war kicked off?
Oh yeah, can you imagine?
Ah, man, they couldn't pull the plug because people would absolutely go into meltdown, but there would have to be heavy restrictions going up, and then that will show you how much control they did do or don't have.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, mate? Because
Scary, that.
if things really kicked off, they couldn't keep the internet open as it is. Because they would be scared about fucking their dudes in our country communicating with their dudes in their country, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I get what you mean. But they've not stopped the internet in Ukraine, have they? Or Russia?
Oh, do you know what? I've never even thought about that dynamic, buddy.
No. Russians have a very good access to the internet. I've been led to believe. How true it is, I don't know.
Well,
they're actually on point.
Mate, I believe it to be true because everywhere in the country, everywhere in the developed world wants their citizens to have fucking access to the internet for obvious reasons, I would say. Do you know what I mean? It's not for our benefit. Although it is, but it isn't, if you get me. It's very easy to bag and tag people.
If the West hadn't been supplying Ukraine with weapons and money, this would have been over last year, a year ago, wouldn't it?
Well, same as in Gaza, mate. Same as in Gaza.
I know, we've not even gone near Gaza, have we?
Oh, mate, fucking, let's take a night off. I've seen enough dead bodies, man. What do you do? It's like banging your head against a brick wall. You want to do something, but you can't. It's as simple as that. The whole thing that happened on Wednesday, in my humble belief, was constructed by people who make out of that what you want, who didn't want a ceasefire to get immediately put in place.
Yeah, but Keir Starmer's still backing Israel up, isn't he?
Well, mate, Keir Starmer was put in his position, I believe, to get the Corbynites out, who were all fucking particularly very, very left-wing and less pro-Palestine. So now Labour is like fucking conservative light. That's what Labour is. But see if that big sexy ginger fucking get in, man, I'd start voting for her.
If Starmer gets in, or when and if Starmer gets in, they'll go right-wing. The Labour Party will go right-wing.
Certainly won't be any room for any resemblance of Corbynites in there. You know, somebody that might have a different point of view other than pro-Israel. You know what I mean?
Well, that comment that I left on the video, and I went, Starmer is getting in power off the empty bellies of the United Kingdom, yeah? I've stolen that off Albert Einstein. And he said that about Adolf Hitler.
Oh, fuck. Well, nobody thought Hitler was Hitler until he was Hitler.
The left becomes the right, and the right becomes the left. All is round inside the circle. They're all rotating. In other words, if you think about Boris Johnson, in his views, is quite liberal and left-leaning, isn't he? He's quite pro-immigration, really. You get what I mean? You understand what I'm saying here?
I know.
The Tories have become the Labour Party. For that, the Labour Party's got to convince the power system that it's no threat to them. So then it will have to bring on a more of a right-leaning attitude. So you're not going to... In other words, when Labour get in, they'll become like fucking hardcore Tories, possibly, in my opinion.
Well, how are you going to... How's a supposed left of politics, a left side of politics party going to operate in a war-like scenario? I suppose Tony Blair done it. And what was he?
The left love a good war.
It looks like it, mate.
Blair had about 4 of them, didn't he?
Well, I'll give Blair his due in the sense that, seeming it came to that sort of thing, I don't think he had a choice, if that made any sense. I think we're under an illusion if we think we had a choice. I think that choice was...
Well, we believe that there's a choice to not go to war, and quite often there just isn't, you see. It's not like you're the man that can say we're not doing it even, because you've got pressure behind you, haven't you? There's pressure pushing you. There might be big business pushing you. well, public opinion, people's opinions, then the party that's behind you. If you're in a political political standpoint, if you like, if you are Keir Starmer or Tony Blair, there does come a point where you just haven't got a choice.
Aye, mate. Well, let's say history is as we're a lot of the times told. And these wars, the World War One and World War Two, for example, started the way that that's the way that we're told. It seems to be a dribble effect, and then boom, wars only started. They're more kind of it's like a black hole effect. People are just sucked into them for all different angles.
And for all different reasons.
Aye, more than anybody could comprehend, I would imagine. But look at the Syria war. People think us butting heads with Russia has just started. And I'm acting like I've not got the internet there. Look at the Syria war. Like, the West get beat and kicked out of Syria. And when did that start? That was about 10 years ago, easy peasy. 2011, fuck's sake. 13 years ago, man. I don't know how long, because I don't know if anybody can remember, before Putin was the new Hitler, what's his name? Assad was the new Hitler. And we went into that, we were going into, this is what I love about fucking what Putin done there, man, right? He's building up his army and shit, and the West was like, right, we need to take over Syria now, and because remember, Syria is an old communist state. So America created ISIS, got their ISIS brigades to do shit in fucking Syria, and the West wet their knickers to accept fucking Western forces going inside Syria, and Russia's like, aye, called their fucking bluff. I mean, we hate ISIS too. We'll come in and help you guys out. But the only difference was fucking the West was coming in against Assad, because the West's idea, and initially I believe, was to paint as if Assad, mad Muslim because he's brown, was in tow with ISIS, whereas you had white man you had white man Putin coming in helping out Assad. So Putin and Russia was in there on invitation of the fucking Syrian forces, the people that had their bases, their infrastructure, like, right, America, we hate ISIS too, so we're going to beat them up with you. So then you had America flooding into the Syria, the West flooding into Syria, Russia backing up Assad's forces, and them fighting each other with ISIS in the middle playing some sort of a fucking Pinocchio act, I don't know, a puppet act, because they were put there initially to justify the West to fucking come in. Hold on, mate, somebody's just Skyped me. Oh fuck, man. Is alright, buddy? Do you know what, mate? Next time, buddy. I don't know if it would work. I'm just thinking technically, mate, because we're on WhatsApp. I don't really dish out my phone number, and you're on Skype, which pickles my nut as to how we could get all the audio on the go. Next time, mate, we'll need to sort it out next time. Do you know what? You can next Saturday. We'll try and get something sorted with the technical aspects so everybody can hear stuff. I hope if you understand. If you're coming in Skype, Hingme's on the WhatsApp and I'm on OBS, it's a fucking nightmare for me not to even try and comprehend, never mind sort out. So we'll sort you out next Saturday, bud, before we go live, and then we can do it, man. So I'm no snubbing you, mate. It's just the technical aspects and shit. Cheers, bud. So we'll sort it out definitely for next Saturday, bud. I'll try and get my head around the technical aspects, man. It wouldn't be that hard, actually. We could all just hook up on Skype. Boom shakalaka, easy peasy. I know, mate, but I don't dish out my phone number, man. It's caused me trouble in the past. So I sorry, but we'll sort it out for Skype next week, man. We'll sort it out for Skype next week, no problem. But batter into the chat and say what you want to say, bud. I'll read it out, man. Oh fuck, I've even forgot. We were talking about the Syrian war. So America and Russia were fighting. The West and Russia were fighting each other inside Syria. If you stand back and look what was really going on, and then I think at the same time you had America for Israel capturing or continuing to occupy the Golan Heights, which is between them and Syria, as a wee buffer zone.
That's what Israel is.
What's that? What, a buffer zone?
It's a buffer. It's a buffer zone against the Middle East.
I think it's a man-made killing zone a man-made killing zone designed to kill endless amount of Jews and Muslims in the pursuit of keeping fucking Jerusalem free for fucking Mr. Christian. That's just where my head's at.
Yeah. You might hit a point there. I was trying to think like what causes wars. I mean, you can take all the wars back. You can set World War 1, 2. You can take them back to the Napoleonic Wars if you want to. You can do it but what things have a cause, but not things do have a cause. Things are caused, but not all things have a cause. But I think if you want to go back to war, the real reason America was always eager to go and fuck around in the Middle East, it does come down to religion. Islam against Christianity. Plus, there's a bit of oil knocking about. I found that interesting. Did you know that Gaza sat on a load of resources like gas and oil? Did you know that?
It's the Leviathan oil fields just off their coast, mate. No, this is the weird thing, and it's in their territorial waters, right? So the more you grab that, the more you get, because your territorial waters are however many meters, miles, kilometers, whatever, away from your coastline. That's what you can claim as your territorial waters by the law of the sea and all that jazz. Right now, they're under the Palestinian thing. You're right, man.
Yeah, so I can't think what he's called, but I listened to a video. Is it Anis? There's some ex-Greek politician. He's quite good. And he said, well, what? And I agree with him. He said, Israel wants to flatten Gaza so that everyone fucks off, and then it wants to keep a few for slaves, which I agree it does. and then they're on the gas and oil reserves. Sounds about right to me.
Here's the exact thing I was talking about. See what you're saying there, keep a few as slaves? I remember when I was first checking out what actually was kind of happening and all that jazz inside Israel. And then I found out there's actually Palestinians that go over the border every day and go to work inside Israel. And then you figure out what they're doing and they're fucking picking totties and all that. I don't think it's totties, but you know what I mean? They're picking fruits and all that. So there's the oil field there they've got, buddy. So there's money in them.
There's money in them there hills.
You better believe it, man. But look how see when you're looking at a map, look how small fucking Gaza is. You think a proper army could level that in one day? What's Israel doing, man? It's taking them so fucking long.
Yeah, well, you've got but Biden said, "Oh, it's wrong now. This Israel shit," and there's people in the UK saying it, but they're fucking still supplying them with fucking weapons.
Mate, that's what I don't See, the thing is, right? They're getting the weapons off of multinational arms dealers, right? And I don't multinational legal arms dealers. But those arms dealers have licenses with the governments and shit like that. I don't know the exact ins and outs, but they kind of somebody just kind of go right, I'll have 10 million rounds, please. You know, there's a genuine, legit procedure that they need to go through, but they're not buying them off a government. It's not like the US government's rocking up and going, there you go, there's a million bullets. It's through all the fucking multinational corporations, arm dealers. I don't know the right way to explain it. That these things work. It can get stopped, you know, like they can get stopped, but it would have to be probably the way of sanctions. You know, you would have to sanction a country and all that shit.
It's the industrial complex, isn't it?
Nah, mate, it rolls on. And let's not forget, there's profit in war.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've heard a theory, right, that they're talking about, like, see all the guns, bombs, and bullets that they're all giving to Ukraine, and they're all the stuff that's like going out of date in a year or two, if you get me, food wise, as a food metaphor. This is all the old gen stuff. Right now, it's called the next gen weapons that America's stocking up, but the Ukraine ain't getting that. They're getting the old stockpiles. So,
well,
like,
you're gonna but that won't be bad, will it? Well, it'll still be decent kit, most of it, won't it?
It's just that there's next gen stuff now with fucking AI in it and all that jazz.
Right, well, I've googled this. This is the list of companies, military industrial complex companies. These are what actually American government pay them money, and then it like goes round in a big triangle, and then they pay all the government people. It's like a circle going round. But you've got Lockheed Martin. We've heard of that, haven't we?
Yep.
RTX Corporation. I've never heard of that one. Northern Grumman and Boeing. There's 46 more.
I've got everybody only quotes a couple, right? But as you're saying, I think Raytheon will be in there as well. But there's millions, man.
Yeah, they will. They'll all be in there, won't they?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of it.
General Dynamics, BAE Systems, Norinco, Aviation Industry Corporation. I don't know why that. Oh, that's a Chinese one. China Aerospace. They're all making weapons, basically. I watched a video on GB News, and it's one of the guys that's like the owner of GB News. And at the end of the video, he's a slimy cunt. And at the end of the video, they said, "So, what are you working on anything interesting for the future?" He says, "Yeah, we're going to go into making weapons." I thought, this is unbelievable. That's GB News, by the way. That's a slime organisation, that.
Mate, see when you look at the presenters, man. What was it you Googled to get that list up, bud? I was going to show everybody.
I just typed in the military industrial complex.
So simple. I don't know if I've ever told you this, buddy, but I've got like British aerospace engineering. I don't know, man. 400 yards, 800 yards down that way. And they are partners with Lockheed Martin, or they partner with Lockheed Martin on certain projects. But that's because I'm right next to the Clyde, so you can understand why it's had a military reason for ages, man.
We always had British aerospace, didn't we, in the UK?
Well, that's what BAE is, man. British Aerospace Engineering.
Well, there you go then.
It's just they've just abbreviated it.
And this is more disgusting. When you think about this, then, right, the truth of the matter is, the people that are actually getting wages are people that live in the United Kingdom, aren't they? People that work at these factories. You see?
Making a pretty penny.
Bar, you pay for weapons when you buy a Mars bar. The tax on that money goes to bombing Israel and shit, doesn't it? If you like, in a roundabout sort of way.
If you're feeding the complex, it makes the bullets and everything that contributes towards that complex. Because that list that you just went through there, mate, it just goes to show you like what a webbed weave, what a web it's weaved. It's unbelievable, man.
Look,
And
you could go for a pint. You could go into the city centre, whatever your city centre is, and you could have a pint at the bar, like, and you could get talking. And the person you could be talking to, you could say, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" And he could say, "I work at one of these places.
I mean, I've met a good few
We
people
make,
that
we
work
make
in.
warheads, or we make, military equipment."
I've spoke to a couple of engineers for BA. When I used to go to the gym along the road all the time, before they fucking took away the health suite. So you just sit chatting to motherfuckers in the steam room. So you used to get quite a lot of those guys after a shift and stuff. Because there's a lot of heavy engineering going on as well, It's not just like making warheads.
But what I'm saying is, like, we're all involved in it, aren't we, without realising
it? Well, without going into it, I would say I'm no, because I've no voted. But it's because I've no put my consent towards the government system.
Kit, you go to the shop, you buy a few bottles of wine, right? And if you follow the tax money that the government gets off them bottles of wine that you've bought, you'll soon discover that that is going into military weapons.
Some level, definitely, mate.
That's what I'm saying. We are all implicit without realising it. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just like it's a horrible fact. That guy is called Mark Stolson. He's the CEO of Legatum investment firm. It basically owns GB News. And they're an investment firm with other major projects, and like one of their sidelines is making weapons. So I'll never look at GB News the same again.
Oh, mate, basically GB News is Nigel Vadge's fucking voice piece, man. It's fucking shocking. See, the thing that annoys me about the GB News and Talk TV, they try and present themselves as, "You'll only get the truth here," and you're like, I've not heard anything but fucking right-wing fucking drivel for a bunch of publicly educated fucking fats. That Mike Graham, a big fucking lump of lard, telling you he knows how the world works. Like, you don't even know how a fucking treadmill works, you fat cunt. Mate, I don't know if you can see the Wikipedia page, a list of defence contractors, right? And it's talking about revenue. I don't know what date it is. I suppose you could find that out. So the top six...
How far down are you?
Well, the top six are American, and then, well, the top five are all American. The six is us, BAE Systems, and then 3 China ones, 1 Russia one at 10. China's coming in. The number 11, a China company coming in again. Then another American one. Wow, this is a bit weird. 13th in the world. An Italian company. Leonardo. They had to have a sexy company for their war machine, didn't they? And then this is interesting. Airbus, I thought they were all about fucking aeroplanes. Well, that makes sense. France only comes in at 17.
Rolls-Royce Holdings like to throw a few hand grenades out.
Oh, there's Israel. Israel comes in at 24. Elbit Systems.
Well, Israel supplies all the little skirmishes all around the world. It's big on supplying them with weapons, It's one of its things that it does, apparently. It's basically Israel's big into arms dealing. Well, why not? Everyone else is, aren't they?
It's a lot of money to be made, mate. Especially if you're starting the wars, you might as well fucking make money for them. France.
And then when they disperse people, all them people go to the West, and Israel rubs its hands together. Because when all them Muslims end up settling in the West, the Jews have to leave and they have to go to Israel. And then you get the super Israel then. Is it true? I don't know.
Do you know what's strange,
I've been trying to find that out. Why have we let the West get overrun? Which we can't. We know we have done. Fair enough. But you cannot find a definite, real reason why.
Overrun with what? Sorry,
and
buddy?
I've been trying, man.
But why we've been overrun with immigrants and that shit?
Yeah, well, why have we let it get to this point? And America's done the same. Germany's done the same. France has done the same. All of Europe's done the same. The UK's done the same. Ireland's having big problems, isn't it? Why? How's this happened? Is my question.
Well, I don't know exactly, mate, but I would stab in the dark.
No.
Let's say let's say for example, we wanted to upset a fucking country over there or a lot of people over there, and we had fucking millions of people staying in fucking mud huts up near to, and all you had to do, because the people that are come flooding into here are unstabilising our countries. Regardless if you agree, disagree, want them in, want them out, or whatever, the effect is it's destabilising our countries. Now, before you had the brown people, so there's people in Libya that hate us who might have enough money to give fucking poor people a dignity to come and unstabilise the West. You've got Turkey with a wee small land bridge in fucking, I like to call it Constantinople, but anyway, Istanbul.
Yeah.
So they can flick the switch to let the human traffic come. Turkey's got fucking all sorts of camps with refugees trying to make it into Europe, so they can let in or let out or keep in as much as they want. You get a lot of Iraqis turning up. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't take somebody with a couple of brain cells to go around and start whisper campaigns or even dish out dinghies or money or set up the infrastructure.
No, you're missing my question then.
Why would it be getting done?
I'm not asking about the dispersal, and I'm asking why. All the government's been fast asleep while it's been happening.
Well, I don't think they could have stopped it, mate. Unless you start machine gunning.
You could have done, because you could have said, if you're caught in the United Kingdom and you shouldn't be here, that's it. We're going to fucking make you parachute out of a plane into the middle of the Sahara Desert with a can of Coke.
Mate, that would be my fucking solution, by the way. But maybe
a can
of
Coke and a box of matches.
There you go,
a can of Coke
Joy.
and a can of Spam.
Maybe it's economic, right? So maybe the people at the top aren't worried about their culture getting spoiled because our culture and they're spoiled.
The big business.
And they're just like, maybe it's capitalism. How about, what do you call it? Supply and demand, right? So the more monkeys you've got in the cage, the less you need to pay them.
Yeah, and the big noise at the top, right? The big noise at the top is really in control, isn't it? It's not Keir Starmer, it's not Rishi Sunak, it's not Joe Biden or Donald Trump that's in control of the West. That's in control. It's the people, the CEOs at the head of the big corporations, isn't it? They're really running the show.
Well, they've got the most money, mate, and money talks, doesn't it? And bullshit walks.
Absolutely. You can grease the right palms. You can say, well, we can destroy you. Say you are a politician. Well, they have done it. They've done it, haven't they? There's many a politician been destroyed in history, haven't they?
Continue
gone against the status quo. That Jeremy Corbyn is one. Jeremy Corbyn is an actual example of that, isn't it?
It was horrible what happened to him, man. As much as I disagreed with a lot of his politics, it was horrible what happened to him just because he pointed out some factual history which made people melt. Yeah, there's two examples. He pointed out that the Zionist Party was working with Nazis, and then we've just had the...
You can put jam on the top of that. You can put jam on the top of that, because he did say in a statement, and this is really what really fucked him up. He did say in a statement, like, basically, that he's friends with some of the leaders of Hamas.
Well, there you go, man. Like, but there you go doing the argument whole of fucking, is Hamas a terrorist organisation or the freedom fighters? And it's the famous old adage that one man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist, or vice versa. You know, and
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
you're not going to find the right answer. There is no definitive answer. It depends which side of the fence you're sitting on.
Yeah. But
That's what I believe.
There is a definitive answer because Keir Starmer's spelled the definitive answer out to us, hasn't it?
Easy for you to say.
Keir Starmer is on the side of the Israelis, isn't he?
Oh mate, well he came into Labour purely to get rid of the Corbynite clique cliche. Because when he came in, he started culling them all. See anybody that was a Corbynite and all that, like the left of the left in the Labour Party, he started getting rid of them all because supporting Palestine is now being rebranded as anti-Semite, or questioning anything Israel says is anti-Semitic, because being against Israel is anti-Semitic. I don't know what world we've woke up in, man. I don't adhere to that at all. I just can't be asked with the fucking bullshit. I can see through the bullshit, man, but fuck them all in the ass.
I think Keir Starmer came into politics to get in number 10.
Do you know what? I've never even looked into Keir Starmer's history before. I know that he's the report he done on the Jimmy Savile shit and all that jazz, but not much.
Well, it's from a normal background, which is good. Right? It's from a normal background. He was a lawyer. I can't think. It was what do you call it? You know, when you're doing them, like, what's that called? Jesus, I'm thick out.
A barrister. A barrister.
Yeah, it was the one. It was like the accuser. I can't think what the correct fucking terminology is.
The defence lawyer or the attorney general. The attorney
not the defence. The what's the other one?
Prosecution.
That's it. He was a prosecution lawyer.
Mm.
And he's from a normalish. Well, he's not from big money. I do agree with what you said, though. He's hitting the sniff, isn't he? That's why his nose is all blocked.
Mate, who was it I said if he was in? Oh, if Putler got a fucking interview with him, man, he should just rip out a Vicks and go, here, man, that'll snort out your fucking hooter, man. Well, it's either he's on the sniff, or it's the plastic surgery that he's had in his weirdo fucking looking face. I just don't trust people that get plastic surgery. No, that I don't trust them. It's like, what?
Why did he get plastic surgery on his face, by the way?
This is me just theorising. Just because his face looks, mate. I think you can tell a natural face for a fucking one that's been played with quite easy. I think. I hope.
Well, I think he wants to get in power.
Of course.
I think that's his. I think he's a madman. Because they've not off what I've seen, and I've watched him do fucking talks with Tony Blair and all that crap, like, and he's not really bringing anything to the table. He's not got any great ideas. It's like it's pretty vacuous, you know what? He's not coming in with any great groundbreaking manoeuvres. So I don't know really, but he's coming in like Tony Blair, isn't? He's coming in saying, "I will not scare the horses."
Well, Tony Blair,
number 10.
Tony Blair came in a wave of popularity. This guy is not going to win the election, mate. The fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? The war zone, the war field of fucking British politics. In fact, the roads with potholes in it are UK politics right now is going to get handed to him. He's not going to win the election. He's going to be given it.
I'm just reading here that he went to Reigate Grammar School, which became a private school while he was a student. Ah.
So he is a fucking public fucking schoolboy, technically.
It was, but I didn't start one, Kip. I didn't start one.
Right, hold on, mate.
To a normal school.
Mate, I think I might have solved the
I
puzzle,
keep
right?
saying this. You need leaders that have had to copper up, get the copper jar out, and copper up for a loaf of fucking bread. They're the leaders you need, bro.
Right, mate, I think I've solved the puzzle. Here's a picture of him for 2017, right? So that's fucking 7 years ago. Look at his nose. His nose isn't straight. His nose is now straight, so he's had a fucking nose job to straighten his nose to become Prime Minister, become the leader, and he's ended up fucking sounding like fucking that. I think we've cracked the code, mate. I think that's it cracked.
I bet he used to get buggered when it became a private school.
Well, that's the rumours, isn't it?
Buggered. That's when I started getting buggered, when it became private.
Maybe that's what's blocking up his nose, mate. It was a backup of cum.
What a surprise. No, but I mean, no, I know, right. I'm not defending Kay when I say this, like, but he's from a more normal background. That's about it. He's not exactly working class, but apparently he is from a working class background.
Well, the grammar school he went to was established in fucking the late 17th century. So that isn't like your local school down the bottom of the street.
No, if you're clever, you go to a grammar school, right?
See, we don't have grammar schools up here.
You go to a grammar school on merit. There are people paying for it, but a lot of them are going there on merit, because they're like a bit outstanding. And he apparently come from a normal. Well, he cracks on like he likes to say like I come from a pebble dashed fucking. I'm sure he says it was a council house. I'm on his page now. I'm just going to look early political career. No, we want to look at leadership. I want to see what his beginnings, political positions. He's really a Tory. He was saying that he was praising Margaret Thatcher a couple of weeks back. Did you hear him do that?
I did not, mate.
Yeah, she did some good things though. I thought the next thing, what will he be saying next? Like, looking out, Hitler had some good ideas.
Mate, the way things are, mate, did you hear Trump? It wasn't really took out of context, but he was fucking with cunts. A reporter asked him, if one of the NATO countries weren't paying their 2% GDP and they got attacked.
Yeah.
And he was like, I would say,
the right to invade them, Vladimir Putin. That's why I think there's a picture on the internet where Donald Trump's licking Putin's ass, bro.
I've never heard it, mate. Never seen it. Well,
I've heard it. Some say.
Here's a different.
She's even more annoying. Angela Rayner, that woman that he has with him.
I would love her.
No, she ain't common as much. She's from Staley Bridge.
I find her sexy as fuck.
Absolutely awful.
I would stick a sock in it and just spend the night with her. But see what Trump said, mate. Think of it if he's playing 3D.
I'm on about her politics, Kit.
I'm on about her tits. But see what.
Well, she's had a boob job,
I'd like to check that out. But see what Trump.
You don't know anything about politics, do you? Yeah, she's had a boob job. And they asked her, like, oh, no, why should you have had a boob job? She said, well, after I had my kids, my tits went to shit. Fair enough.
I respect her for that. See what Trump said to the...
She is from the normal world. She is from the normal world.
Well, see what Trump said to the UN, or said about, NATO, about if they don't get their money paid, I would encourage other countries to invade them. Now, that's obviously getting spun as an anti-Trump thing, right? But here's the way.
Well,
maybe
it
here's
was
a different.
very.
It's
What's
fucked
the
up.
word? It was a little bit stupid.
No, but think of this, mate.
Say that.
Maybe he's playing 3D chess. Maybe he knows, right, sitting here right
No.
now, he knows that he's going to become the next president, right? And because what he's doing there is he's holding a gun to those NATO countries as they're getting threatened off of Russia and saying, pay up, or you don't get your protection. That's what he's doing. He's a mafia don in it. So I think he's earmarked, that's why I get money on him, for the presidency. And he's going to come in and pay hardball with all the NATO members. Everybody wins. NATO's scared. More money in the military-industrial complex. Russia's fucking military spending is like fucking tripled in the last fucking 5 years or something since the Ukraine war. So everybody's winning here. Apart from the people that's dying, all the country, all those companies that are making love bombs and bullets are winning hands down. So maybe that's what Trump's doing, holding a gun to those NATO countries saying, pay up or you're dead.
Yeah, but you know all those people that are dying?
Mm-hmm.
They're dying for a worthy cause, aren't they? And that's some fat cunt somewhere to get a fucking brand new yacht.
Somebody's bank balance, mate, aye. So this is worthy as a cost as it comes.
Do you like the new Ferrari? I've bought it on fucking murder and death.
Do you like my missus's new tits? You can thank a couple hundred dead Ukrainians for that.
Yeah, you see all the thousands of people that have died, and you say, yeah, so, look at me wife's fucking jugs now. Aren't they amazing? It's bad, isn't it?
No, here's a good one for you, mate. Right? Bring out a big mass of fucking diamonds and go, do you know how you create a diamond? Do you know how you create a diamond? It's not millions of years, not millions of years of compressing rock down to this fucking fine, beautiful thing. It's a couple of 100,000 dead Ukrainians. It doesn't take that long. You don't need millions of years, you just need a couple of fucking years of war and you're good to go, man. You can get a big brand new fucking diamond.
You see, and I mean, like, the Ukrainians, they're when these things start. I'm not saying they started it. I'm not. Well, the people that are actually fighting. But once you're in the middle of it, you can't really just fucking walk away, can you? You get done for desertion, don't you?
Well, this is what I heard on the No Agenda show. Whether it's real or not, I don't know. The men that are refusing to do their conscription, their kids are having to go to school with fucking signs around their neck saying my daddy's a deserter. Now it sounds, I don't believe it to be honest, I think it's Russian propaganda that show's swallowed. But if it is true, and in war times you don't really know. And let's not forget, Ukraine is not fucking European. You go to Ukraine, you're going to get a culture shock, man. It's not like going to fucking Lisbon.
No, I know what you're saying, but it's quite European, you know. I have to bring something in there and say it's quite a European city. The main cities, you could be in any city in the world, I would have thought.
What city are you talking about? You talking about Kyiv or Kiev?
What I'm saying is, like, you know, I mean, even, well, I was going to say Turkey, but no, maybe not. But, you know, like, I would have said Ukraine is pretty much a European country, in my opinion. I've not been there, so I'm talking out of my ass. But I would have thought it would have felt quite European. Because like, I've been to Germany, I've been to Berlin, right? That's a European city, isn't it? And I bet Ukraine don't feel much different to an English. You know what I mean?
I would love to go there, but as we were saying earlier on, Ukraine's massive in it, and it's not got very many people, as I just discovered tonight. I thought that population would have been way bigger than that.
Listen, Russia is called. Oh, let me just find it. It's called some. It's like Euro Russia, isn't it? You know. because even Russia is quite European in a way. If in a weird way, like, you know, because they're not. It's not a million. It's not a million miles away, is it? You know,
Well,
next thing you know, you're in Ukraine. The next thing you know, you're in Germany, aren't you? You go the other way, like you're in fucking France. So
remember how big Russia is, mate.
I'm talking about also Russia's got a lot of non-whites in it, hasn't it? That's true.
They've got fucking all their territories over to the east. They're all like Nepali looking and all that. Do you know what I'm talking about? That kind of look. You know, the Genghis Khan looking.
Oh yeah, well, you've got a lot of that. Yeah, I was listening to a video, and the guy was he was fighting on the Russian front, and he said they were all like Mongolians looking.
Aye, that's the word I was looking for, actually, mate.
Yeah. And you know, like if you went to Moscow, you'd rub shoulders and they'd all look like white European. But if you saw a worker that were going fucking cleaning the streets or something like that, they're all darker skinned. It's got 240 different languages in Russia, by the way.
7 time zones.
Because Vladimir Putin said it.
7 or 8 time zones as well, man.
Yeah, mate, it's a big bird.
It's fucking massive, man. I think the overall population, relatively speaking, is quite small, I do believe, but let me check it.
Yeah, well, it's 150 million. It is quite small for the landmass. It is very small. But there's a lot of it that's unoccupiable if you get, you know, sorry, Putin. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of it that it's just wilderness in it that you wouldn't really want to be bothered with it, like, you know.
Until they find another big puddle of oil or gas underneath it, mate. That's the thing, isn't it?
Like the Russian steppes, it's just like minus fucking summer all year round, isn't it? So not really livable.
Tell that to the prisoners of Siberia.
Well, exactly. Well, that's why they put them there, isn't it? And that's the thing, Kit. That's the thing. If you come out with dissent in Russia, say you and me were Russian, right? In Russia now, we were having this conversation. We wouldn't do it on the internet. And if someone grassed on us, they could come and arrest me, then come and arrest you, right? And then they might not arrest your family, but they'll deny them medical care and they'll lose their jobs. You see. And Ukrainians know that. So they have got something to fight, haven't they? They have got something to fight for. Because they want to be in the West where you can actually get away with chatting a load of shit on the internet, can't you?
Mate, what I heard that a lot of Ukrainians were brown facing up and getting on a dinghy to come to the UK.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of Ukrainians escaped and come here so they didn't have to fight, isn't there? I don't blame them.
Exactly, man. Beat the conscription. It's not even that, man. It's like, it's one of those wars where you're fighting your brother and your uncle and all that jazz. What was that? Was it Estonia? Oh, I think it was Estonia. I was watching something. It was about the Estonian conscription, national service that came in. And they were going round apparently interviewing a slice of the population, and some of them were like talking Russia down, because there's this one bridge that connects Estonia to Russia, and there's this one guy like, I would never fight my Russian brothers. I go there every week to visit my friends, my auntie, my uncle, and you're like, fuck's sake, that's what's happening in Ukraine. You get cunts for fucking, depending on what line other idiots decide they're on, and their fucking brothers and sisters, aunties or uncles are staying either side of that fucking line, and they're expecting you to fight and all that shit. It's mental, man. I couldn't, well, God rule Britannia, thank fuck we've never had to deal with that kind of shit, even kinda during World War II. But my granda was conscripted during World War II, man. He had no say in it. Knock on the door, get on the fucking truck. You're going to war, man. But let's hope that's not what's happening here. Fuck's sake, mate, I was checking out fucking China's population, man. It's fucking 1.4 billion, man. Fuck's sake. America's only, what, 300, just over 300 million?
Yeah. Well, yeah. What is China? Is it 1.2 billion now?
1.4, the Googles are saying, man.
1.4.
Unbelievable, man. I never even, like, you can see why they put the one fucking child policy in, can't you?
Yeah, but now it's backfired on them, that one child policy, hasn't it?
Has it? How it's happening?
Because you need to keep breeding. If you stop breeding, then you start decreasing, and when you decrease, your age, everyone's getting older, and then they need care when they're old, don't they? And there's no one to care from. That's one of the reasons why I believe we don't actually kick off as much as we probably should about the influx of people. Because we're not reproducing now, are we, like we used to?
Well, the Illuminati would say that's by design, but as you say, mate, economics or demographics. No demographics, that's not the right word, but numbers, as you're saying, population sense. Maybe that's why the influx of fucking cunts has been allowed to just come in, man.
Right, I've just Googled something, right? Why you don't see Russians protesting in the streets, and it says
oh, but this is off Google, mate. Come on, man. Even right now, man, their anti-Russia shit is beyond belief, man. But anyway, sorry, bud.
Right, dissenting Russians don't see any opportunity to protest, and not only because they are afraid of spending time in a pre-trial detention centre. 15 days is the norm for the first arrest. They are afraid of beatings, violence, humiliation, long prison terms, having their children taken away from them, losing their job, and confronting authorities who refuse to issue passports and other essential documents. So, in other words, in Russia, if you do disagree with Putin, have we, Dad? You've muted yourself, Kit. But you'll be able to hear me, won't you? You've muted yourself, bro.
One, 2, 3 o'clock,
I'm
4
getting no
o'clock.
sound off the YouTube video, and I'm getting no sound off the phone, bro.
Matt, I think I've sorted the YouTube shit
Yeah.
out. Right, with it. 2 seconds, man. I'm trying to fucking. I blame the Illuminati and my inability.
Got you now.
Right, but you probably won't hear me on the WhatsApp.
But I've not got you. I've not got you off the phone.
Get 2 seconds, bud. I think I've sorted the YouTube shit out. Let me think.
You have.
2 seconds, man. Chinese. Fucking.
Should I just ring you back on this?
I blame the Illuminati and my. Give me 2 seconds, buddy. I know you can hear me, but right, I need to do something. Probably won't hear me on the WhatsApp.
I've not got you off the phone.
Get 2 seconds, bud. I think I've sorted the. Let me think. 2 seconds, man. Chinese.
Should I just ring you back on this?
I
blame the Illuminati and my... Give me 2 seconds, buddy. I think you can hear me, but...
Right, I'll have a piss.
You probably wouldn't hear me Monday. What's that? I've not got the off. Give 2 seconds, but I think I've sorted it. Let me think.
Right.
Should I just bring you back on this? I blame the Illuminati and my...
Right, I'm going to kill that so people can only hear me at home. Right. Oh my fucking lord, this isn't doing my back any good. I think... Right, fucking hell. I need to employ an engineer or something.
Is that working? That's working.
That's working. That's working. And that's working. That's working. So they're all working. So I need to... Oh, there we go. Sit. Can you... Yes. Right, magic, man. I've managed to get it working for... Whoa. That was doing my tits in. Mate, I think for whatever reason, I hope it's no broke. My fucking microphone crapped out in me. I think it must have been speaking too much shite. Right, there we go. Should be. Oh, Crossman, that's a fucking couple of pence you owe me, mate. See, every time I hear Houston has a problem, man, I need to get a penny. Swear to God, man. The amount of times I fucking hear that's unbelievable. Oh, fuck me, man. Talk about fucked up back. But anyway, that's us back in the room, bud. So, all sorted now. And remember, folks, every Saturday at some point, check the Rangers schedule. We'll give you some idea of the starting time. But every Saturday we can, me and Crossman will be putting
right, Kit, I was watching some the other night with her, and I suggest you watch it if you haven't watched it. It's called Love Hate. Have you seen it?
Oh, it rings a bell. It's on Netflix, isn't it?
I don't know if it was Netflix. No, I think she's watching it on something else. But it's about, I reckon it's about 2005 or something like that, and it's in Ireland, and they're like drug dealing gangsters. Really good. I swear to God. I only caught a little bit of it. I said, swear I'm going to watch that from the beginning, watch it all the way through. Love Hate, people.
Love Hate. I'm going to check it out, man.
Decent.
I've wrote it down and everything. Right.
Just the right amount of violence.
So, it's nearly been 2 hours, so we'll fire off in 5 minutes. But as I said, me and the boss man will be here every Saturday that we can make it.
Yeah, we will do. Yeah, we're going to keep doing it because it's a good thing, isn't it? If we can keep going with a little bit of regularity.
Well, mate, if it encourages me to stay fucking sober, at least up to this time, man,
exactly,
it's definitely a good
exactly.
fucking thing.
Hey, you just read my fucking mind.
It's a positive, man. So I can handle that, man. It's no problem at all.
Yeah.
And
I'm giving you structure.
Chris was on the Skypes earlier, and we're going to try and sort that out for next week. I just like fucking see. As you know, the audio fucking, it's a head pickler, especially when you're live and fucking things fuck up. And
I know.
I don't dish out my... Anybody that wants to get involved, get on the Skypes. I know not a lot of people use that anymore, but that's the only Skype, and we can chat.
Skype's really good again now, though, isn't it? I think it's alright.
It was never bad. Everybody just grifted away. I would say it's propaganda to get every cunt on the WhatsApp, because Skype is Skype. But WhatsApp combines to your phone, so you're a lot more. You can pinpoint pinpoint cunts a hell of a lot easier. And that's not the reason I don't give out my phone number. I don't give out my phone number because of windy lickers, to be quite frank. And it's like, I know everybody sounds beautiful and rainbows and delight and all that and the chat and all that kind of shit, but you really just don't know on the interweb. So Skype if anybody does want to get involved, and everybody and anybody can get involved, no matter what you want to say, man. And there's a wee poll up there as well.
It is like if they wanted to join, and they did it with Skype. Although it'd be technically impossible, like because you have your Skype on here, don't you?
Oh, I've got I can broadcast Skype, no problem at all. So if people phone me my Skype, I can add them to the call, and then everybody's on, then I can broadcast that, no problem. So it's an easy peasy way to do it. I know everybody uses that fucking. I don't use Zoom. I might fucking sign up for it at some point.
I've never used Zoom in my life, I don't think.
I've never used it. What's the other one? Oh, I can't remember. There's a few out there. But I'm fucking still gutted they took that Google's Hangout away, because that was fucking such a good tool, man.
Yeah, Google Hangout. YouTube Hangout's going to be decent down the line, because when they've finished it, you're going to probably be able to have like 6 people join it, I think.
What do you mean, mate? I've not heard of that. Is YouTube doing a Hangout thing? Obviously.
Yeah, they've already got it, but at the moment you can only have 2 people on it.
Oh, yeah, right. I get you. The thing on the app, right? I get you, mate. Aye.
Yeah. But when they've finished with it, hopefully it'll have like, you'll be able to get like 4 or 5, 6 on it, I would think.
That'd be interesting.
YouTube are a bunch of assholes.
Well, I'm wondering, mate. We've tried to do it before. How do you? What information do people need to exchange to join? That's what I'm interested in.
Oh no, it's not. It's easy. When I did it, I've only done it. I think I've done it twice, and I pulled it off. All you do is open the video with the 2 people option, and then underneath the video, I think I can't remember. I sent the message, but then there's a link, and if they hit the link, they'll join the chat on the YouTube channel. You see?
Oh, I remember.
But you can't both go live. Right. Whoever is the opener of the video is the one that goes live.
Right. Because I think I can figure. Because I think when I've done it before, mate, I've accidentally clicked the option, and then I've went in to do a live video, and I've seen the 2 screens. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And started again. But I think what you're saying there, mate, is the person who sets up can steer a link, and it's just like an internet link, and people can click on that to join. Who's got a YouTube account, which I think would be good, because you don't need to exchange fucking phone numbers, fucking emails, or any of that shit. Because that's what was good about the Google Hangout.
You can have a random person pop in. Happy days. And if they're disrespectful, I presume you can just fuck them off as well,
Well, mate, they would need to put some facility in to stop porn bombing. Because as soon as the fucking windy licking trolls get a fucking heads up about that, they would all be coming in their fucking pants.
You know that a troll is someone with a different opinion, though, don't you? Ramblings of a Mad Irishman has said Stalin did the same with Ukraine. Everyone's got their eye on Ukraine, Ramblings of a Madman, because it's a fucking mega earner. all your loaves of bread come from the majority of the wheat in them comes from Ukraine.
It's the booty. It's the spoils of war, isn't it?
It's like ancient Egypt to the Romans.
Mate, they wouldn't be ploughing this many billions into it just because they like the Ukrainians. Do you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
It's got to be a pot of gold at the end of that fucking rainbow. Otherwise, the little leprechaun's not going to fucking go for it.
Well, I think the West also wants to destroy Vladimir Putin. And you can only destroy someone by putting pressure on that country, can't you? What I think the West would really like, and I think I'd like it as well, is for the Russian people to run out in the streets and go, fuck off, Putin. We're fucking sick of you. See?
This is why I don't think he
controls with a rod of iron, basically.
This is why I don't think... I know he's not, like... I don't think he's got the anti-Putin mob has that support, And the reason I'm saying that, mate, is because if they did, they would be doing it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the West is definitely in there trying to fuck with Putin. No fucking doubt. Just like the Putin's... Did you hear Putin came out and said he supports Biden?
Yes, I did. Yeah. Strange that. It's strange that if you would presume that like Trump's a Russian agent, right? Listen, it's worth pointing out that there has been plenty of opposition. More than 21,000 arrests in Russia at the in 2022. So 21,000 people have stuck their neck out on the line and been arrested.
And
protesting the Ukraine-Russia war. Some of them people in Russia have got brothers and sisters in Ukraine, you know.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Well, they have. You know, people like, it's a bit like, as again, I only heard it in a video, and he said, Ukraine-Russia war is a little bit like Scotland and England going to war now.
Well, that's what I was saying about even like with was it Finland or was it Estonia? I think it might be Finland when the guy was like, no, it was Estonia. Anyway, I'm getting mixed up. It's one of the Baltic states, and he was talking about how he's not going to war with Russia. He would never fight Russia because he's got brothers and sisters and all that over the border, and that's what's happening in Ukraine. That's what's happening in Ukraine as well.
So I was very pro-Russia at the beginning, but like I'm starting to slide a little bit away because just don't know. Maybe I've been propagandized by the West, but
I'm no pro-Russia, anti-Russia. I think I can see through the bullshit. It's not fucking some sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Eden. Certainly not Eden. I mean, people were getting so wound up with the Russian propaganda. They were like, I'm going to move to Russia. I'm going to fucking move to Russia. Like, fucking batter in, pal.
Why Russia wouldn't have you?
I know they would think you're a spy. You're just, I've got to pay for years now. What's everything? You think Putin's great? Like, poof, backhander, man. Fucking get the shit kicked out of you and told to go back to Dodge. That's a fucking... You know, I remember people being that wound up with like RT and shit, like, fuck me, I'm going to move to Russia, it's great. You're like, right, okay, batter in. So grass isn't always greener.
Look at that Alexei Navalny.
Who's it?
Right, you know the one.
I wanted to bring that up. Think he's dead or no?
Well, he was very xenophobic. In other words, didn't like other countries.
Nationalist.
Well, yeah, you could, borderline, yeah, something like, yeah, maybe you could, yeah, well, yeah, I suppose you could say that, yeah. Pretty bit of a racist, really.
Well, I think, mate, like, see if the Poles are anything like the Ruskies, my lord, man, they're racist motherfuckers. And I'm talking about, I don't know, I've not went around the whole of Poland, but I've been around a good fucking squadron of them that have been in and around Glasgow. And my lord, I mean, to the extent they don't let their kids play with fucking brown kids at fucking playgrounds and shit. I'm like, wow. It's not even like saying stupid little words and all that. It's like, I'm not letting my kids play with him. And they don't hide it.
How many brown kids in the UK aren't allowed to play with white kids? I bet you'd be shocked.
I've never really thought of that, mate. I've never really thought it, but mate, the more cultures you touch base with, the more kind of similarities you see where good points, bad points, and everything in between. Do you know what I mean? It's the same. It's this divide and conquer sort of strategy. Like your culture's better than your culture. Different, man. Good points, bad points.
I reckon that even in the 90s, white people in the UK were less racist than the people that were coming to the UK.
Maybe in the 90s, no nowadays.
Well, what I mean is, we forget. We get called racist, but the people that are calling us racist are only saying that we're racist because they can't fucking stand us half the time.
I don't
They
even
reckon it's natural. They did a study, and they put people on heart monitors, and then every time they watched a film, like, and it was like white babies being pricked with a pin, and then occasionally a black baby being pricked with a pin, and the heart rate increased when it was someone of their own colour. So like racism is actually a naturally inbuilt
genetic memory, mate, and it's a survival instinct as well. And
it is a survival instinct.
Survival instinct, and you wanted to stick with your tribe, and if you're somebody from the outside tribe came in, you would get defensive against them. That's natural instinct in pretty much a lot of pack animals and all that shit still to this day. So
Absolutely.
It's no beyond, and then if we think we're any better than the animals, I would say we are, because you can fucking think above your natural instinct, but you can't think above your natural instinct if you don't recognise it, I would argue. That's why you get a lot of crazy racists out there that just want to kill people because of the colour of their skin and shit. You're like,
well, one of my best mates was with parted company. We were about to kill each other several times, so we don't bother with each other anymore. But he was a black lad, half-caste lad. And I was quite shocked, because one of our other mates, who's got a tiny bit of Asian in him, so he looks like a white man. And his black mates laugh going to me, going, Andy, he thinks he's not white. And I just laugh at him. And I go, you're as white as fuck, my cousin, you're as white as fuck. But he said to me, you wouldn't believe this. I said, what was that? And he went, when you're not around, Tyron's a right fucking racist cunt, to white people. So it's just one of them things, isn't it? It just exists.
It's not big.
Why do you think Tommy Robinson's getting away with all the stuff he gets away with now? Being a wave.
Mate, see the strange things.
Hidden. Well, it's hidden prejudice.
Exactly. He's like that. I think. Right, I don't. What was I going to? It's getting used to control people. And it's a primal instinct. That's a good way of saying it. It's a primal instinct to protect your own. So if you can project that other side is coming to get us, boom, you're in. And that's the best example that I can think of. And this takes me back to a wee boy in history class, and when they're dishing out the fucking teaching you about propaganda and showing you World War propaganda, and you've got this big fucking gorilla monkey thing with a fucking a German hat that identifies them, the wee pointy bit on in World War One, and he's got a big fucking club dripping in blood, and the wee damsel in distress over the shoulder. And I can't even remember the fact I'm acting like I've not got the fucking internet here. World War One, monkey, German, hat, propaganda. This will get it as well. Oh no, come on. Alright, that's why. Fuck. Oh, there we go. Got it, man. I knew the Google wouldn't let me down. So you can. Well, that's the one I'm talking about. That's the one that get dished out in my school. What a beautiful school. Imagine I can't remember what I ate for fucking dinner yesterday, and I can fucking remember shit for fucking history class. What's that all about? I want to read what it says. Destroy this mad brute. A big fucking marauding monkey. What does it say on its... Oh, I want to say it says culture, but I'm not sure that's what it says. Can people make that fucking out better than me? What the fuck does that say? Is that culture? I can't read it the best of times. But it's got a big club,
Well,
which
the one that I remember that I were brought up on was they come in here stealing our women and our jobs.
Same thing, mate. That was my dad's fucking line was, they're here to steal our fucking woman.
Yeah.
But granted, he'd been to Morocco where he was offered a good few camels for my ma. So
Yeah. Sent him.
mate, that's not even a joke. Because my ma was a fucking blonde hair, fucking pale skin. So that's like pure prime fucking real estate over in Morocco, man. And I swear to God, all the Arabs were fucking swamping round her, according to my dad, because of the white skin and the blonde hair.
Did you know this? That the white gene is the dominant gene?
I didn't hear that, mate, no.
Yeah, it's true. If you get a black man and he has a child with a white woman, and then that child has a child with another white person, 3 generations, you probably won't even be able to see there's any colour in that kid. And 4 generations, that kid will be white.
Don't
so
say
they've all
that.
come here to be made white.
Oh, maybe that's why they're importing them all. It's actually white supremacists that's importing them here so we can turn them white.
Yeah.
It was like the goal for a proddy back in the day was to get a good Catholic girl. You know, turn her.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I'm not even joking. I'm making a joke, but I'm not joking.
Yeah, well, look, you're not far wrong because a lot of Asians have that same attitude in the UK. They want to, I think they hear it in the mosque, like, impregnate a white woman. For the same reason. Catholic Church, it was a big one with the Catholic Church, wasn't it? To outbreed the Protestants, if you like. You get what I mean? That's why, no contraception. Yeah, it was religious, but also there was an underlying connotation to it, if you like. Because you can outbreed your enemy, can't you, if you do it right?
Yeah. All right, James, how you doing, man? Yeah. What did you say in the chat, though? Because I can't. I'm late in. Oh! What does it say, James? Skeletor. So what the fuck is that? What's Skeletor, mate? He's talking about that monkey poster. Sorry, man. And an evening, Punk. Nice to see you in. Aye, mate, so it's still the same mental idea, innit? Demonise the other side before you kill them. Because put 2 human beings in the room, they're not going to want to kill each other, but fucking convince one of them or both of them that each other's going to kill each other, boom shakalaka, only one's walking out alive, or you're going to at least drive people enough to fucking fight and whatnot, man.
Yeah, Tommy Robinson is running on the exact same programme. Well, not exact same programme, but it's a very similar programme to Adolf Hitler.
Oh, do you know what? By the way, you've just gave me an idea for a wee kind of poster thing. Like, see that monkey poster? And put fucking... Nah, I was going to say put Tommy Robinson's face on the monkey. No. I wanted it to be around the other way, man. What does sculpture mean, James? Do you know what it means?
Is he on about... let me see. Hold on. I'm not on the comments. Let me come back.
He's talking about what's written on that monkey stick. Because I couldn't figure it out. I thought it was culture, but I can't fuck. It's as if his hand is fucking hiding a bit yet. And then on the beach is written America. So it's to...
It says militarism on the top.
Aye. And then she's got her tits out as well, man, so how can any guy not pay attention to that? That would have been the height of titillation back then, man. I think that was even before Playboy, fuck's sake. I'm pretty sure. But aye, so things have changed, but they've no changed in a way. It's the same. It's the same way of fucking. It's the same way of twisting people. It's the same way of turning normal people against normal people, because you need them to be able to kill them.
I was in the chat room. Well, not a chat room. I was in the comment section of a video, and it was a video where there was like. It's quite intelligent, and like it was saying like black people are thick, and there was a black guy there. There's a black guy there saying, "Rah, rah." I said, "Yeah, but you built the pyramid, so you're not thick, are you?"
Well, you know, funnily enough, I was looking at something that the other day, and they were saying that Egypt would have been a mixture of black and brown dudes, you know?
Yeah, but not. Yeah, it would have been the later part of Egypt. Yeah, but the early Egypt and the middle Egypt, I wouldn't have thought so. No.
Are you saying?
No.
Are you saying Jesus fucking? Oh no, who led the dudes out of fucking the desert?
Moses.
Moses. You telling me Moses was black?
Well, they said that he had white curly hair.
I heard he was Indian.
No, it would have been a black man, I think. But Jesus was probably quite white.
Well, I'll tell you. I was going to say, did you say wouldn't he be white? Sorry, mate. I was trying to type there as well.
I think Jesus would have been quite white.
Well, that neck of the wood, it would surprise me, man. If he did come for that neck of the wood. Although you do get quite a lot of white cunts in Bethlehem nowadays, mate. Funnily enough.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We are the Jews. We are the Jews. We are the Jews.
No, the Yids, mate. That's what. Listen to this, right? So you know Tottenham Hotspur. I know you're not a massive football fan, right? But Tottenham Hotspur comes from north. I think it's northwest London, right? I might be getting that wrong, but long and the short, that's the Jew central, and that's where a lot of Jews, the London Jews, kind of gravitate towards. There's a massive Jewish community there. Thus, Tottenham is the Jewish football club down in London, and the football fans used to call. They used to sing. I hope they still do it. They used to sing, "We are the Yids. We are." So, and I've never even heard this fucking term before, right? Let alone even comprehend why it's offensive or something. But it's been deemed offensive, and they've asked the fans to stop fucking singing it because it's anti-Semitic. You're like, they're the fucking Jews participating in a fucking football game, singing "We are the Yids," like enjoying it. It's no, and they've been asked to stop singing it. Yids because of Yiddish, right? I get it now.
Right, the Bible tells us that it was Moses was like wool, which means like a sheep's, which means very blah 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 blah.
Jufro.
And it went and it went white after he seen the burning bush, but then it went black again after. But the description is that of black hair. You see, that's what I'm saying.
Nice. Well, that neck of the wood, man. And the whole thing about fucking the Jews was them bouncing out.
Neck of the wood in them times. Jesus was much later on, you see. And he was like a Jew. So I get picked up in taxis sometimes, and they're Pakistani, but they look as white as anybody. You see. So that's the point. And where are they from? I always say you're from such a place. It's come from my brain. And they go, "Yeah, how did you know?" And I said, "Because you look white." Because like white people, we come from the Middle East, basically. All our genes, they won't tell you on the internet with DNA tests, but all white people descend from the white. You know, like you get the white Jews now.
Nah.
I thought they'd gone back from us, but I think it was more the other way around now.
Do you know who agrees with you, mate? And
Go on.
you can get this on the internets. Robert the Bruce.
Right.
The Declaration of Arbroath. Go to put in the Declaration of Arbroath, the Scotsman. That's the newspaper, and they've got an English version of it because it was written in Latin because it was a declaration and sent to the fucking Pope. And then that tells you where he thinks his lineage is from. And Robert the Bruce's lineage, now get this, isn't he from Scotland? Robert the Bruce wasn't claiming to originally be from the Middle East, although that's what the Declaration of Arbroath says. But Robert the Bruce's lineage was for Normandy, and that was for fucking Rollo, who was a fucking Viking, who the King of France at the time got sick of the fucking Vikings raiding. I mean, like, here Rollo, who was Ragnar's brother, who was up here in northern England. This is why when in 1066 in the Battle of Hastings, man, they didn't come up to Scotland because they were the same fucking people. So what I'm saying is Robert the Bruce's lineage was from northern France. That lineage was from Scandinavia, modern day. I think it was either be Norway or Sweden or Denmark. No, it'd be either Norway or Sweden. And they claim to be, for, as you're saying, buddy, before all this shit, the Middle East, the Caucasus, round in and around the Caucasus.
That's it. The Caucasus Mountains. That's what I say to the Asians that are white. I go, from the Caucasus, and they go, "Yeah, how did you know?" And I go, "Because you look just like, well, you look just like me." But really, they're fully Pakistani, right? With the accent, listening to the music, going to the mosque, but they're as white as you and me. But they are literally from the Caucasus Mountains. Now, when you think about the name Caucasus, you also then think of the word Caucasian, don't you?
Well, that's what I used to believe that, and then I didn't look into it, that's been disproven.
But has someone disproved it?
Well, somebody's...
Well, tell these taxi drivers then. Because they look English, basically. They could be French, they could be German, they could be English. But they're not. They're fully on from the Caucasus. And that's what I think happened. And that's how we wandered out of there, and we wandered down, and we ended up being in England, you see. Thousands and thousands of years ago. I've got a feeling that's what happened. But it's like the Sumerians were depicted with, we don't know what colour hair they had, but they were depicted with blue eyes, weren't
they? Oh, so they were, the Sumerians, man.
And they became the Phoenicians, and they became the Jews, you know what I mean?
Sorry, mate, I'm distracted because I'm trying to find the fucking detail thing of this, and the Illuminati's removed it. I've got a fucking link somewhere, but full text. This has got to fucking do it. Right, so I wanted to. This is the text of the Declaration of Arbroath, right? Let me see if. So that's him talking about sending it to. I used to have this all. There, here's here. Most Holy Father and Lord, we know, and from the chronicles and books of the ancients, we find among other famous nations our own, the Scots, have been graced with widespread renown. They journeyed from Great Scythia, right, Middle East, as you're saying, buddy. So Robert the Bruce is agreeing with you, mate. And this is the text to tell the Pope to fucking go and fuck himself. When after stabbing the Pope's man in the back, I think it was Dunfermline Abbey. It was an abbey up in north, kind of the east of Scotland, which made them discommunicated from Rome, and then that's why the Knights Templar came here when they get discommunicated from Rome, and France kicked out of France as well. But again, now, mate, you'll love this if you go and fucking check it out, mate. So they travelled from Great Scythia. In fact, I'm acting like I've not got the fucking internet here.
You do keep doing that,
I
don't you?
know, mate. I don't know why. It's because I'm... right, so... Great Scythia. There's a wee map there. Right, so Scythia, as you can see there, there's the Scythians there. So, Steve, you were talking... That you're talking about all the Rennie people?
I call them Scythians.
So, that's kind of where Robert... That's where Robert the Bruce is claiming the Scots came from... I knew I've lost that text, have I not? Fuck, where was it? Here it's here. By the way of the Tritherian Sea, and if you don't know where the Pillar of Hercules, the Pillars of Hercules are, that's where Gibraltar is nowadays. So they were travelled from the Middle East through the Mediterranean, through the Pillars of Hercules, by Gibraltar, to come up and around Spain. Well, that's this. They dwelt for a long time, for a long course of time in Liberia. Right, Iberian, right? This is Portugal, I do believe. Let me just... right, so it's Portugal. So they dwelt some time in Portugal. And this is what Robert the Bruce is saying, remember, folks, not me. So call him the conspiracy theorist. Among the most savage tribes, but nowhere could there be subdued by any race, however barbarous. Thence they came 1,200 years after the people of Israel. Put that in your timeline, folks. Now, this is what Robert the Bruce is saying. Crossed the Red Sea to their home in the west where they still live today. The Britons, they first drove out. The Picts, they utterly destroyed. And even though they very often assailed by the Norwegians and Danes, as I just alluded to earlier, the fucking same clique, and the English, they took possession of that home with many victories and untold efforts, and as the historians of old time bear witness, they have held it free of all bondage ever since. Now, this is what Robert the Bruce is writing to the Pope, who's the fucking King Dong, the God's man on fucking earth. There was no other religions, there was only Christendom. This is the start of Protestantism and the revolt against fucking the Pope. In their kingdom they have reigned over 113 kings of their own royal stock, the line unbroken by a single foreigner. Right, so again, you can go and stick this in your timeline. They tell you where and when all this happened. It's brilliant. I've done this a lot. I've done this hundreds of times. The high quality and the high qualities and deserts of these people, where that they not otherwise manifest, gain glory enough for this, that the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, our Lord Jesus Christ, after his passion and resurrection, called them, even though settled in the uttermost parts of the earth, amongst the first to his most holy faith. So there's the religious shite it's written in Latin. I think that's why it doesn't sound right in English. It doesn't sound right to me. Anyway, this goes on for ages, but it is in truth not glory, nor riches, nor honours that we are fighting, but for freedom! For that alone, which no honest man gives up, but fought with life itself. Thus our nation... Oh, fuck, it goes on forever, and I get reading skills of a 2-year-old. Thus our nation... they are protected, did indeed live in freedom and peace until the time when that mighty prince, king of the English, Edward, the father, the one who reigns today, when our kingdom had no head and our people harboured no malice or treachery, and we were then unused to wars or invasions, came into the guise of a friend and ally to harass them as an enemy. So that's obviously, you can go into watch Braveheart if you want to catch up with that. The rest of that shit.
They reckon, they reckon that the kilt come from Egypt, don't they? Have you ever heard that?
I think I have, by the way, mate. I think I've heard bagpipes came from India as well. I heard that, but...
that's fair dues. But like, I think the point of that was, the guy that was trying to make the point was... That's why Freemasonry is very Scottish.
Well, I think it's because there was a My
You
best
wouldn't wear a
under...
kilt in Scotland, would you?
Well, mate,
It wouldn't be a great idea, would it?
mate, Freemasonry...
Do you wear a kilt when you go out in the morning,
no,
in winter?
no, man.
Right, so it's a shit fucking idea, isn't it, a kilt?
But, mate,
But yeah,
Freemasonry...
all your ancestors wore them.
See what you're saying, right? Freemasonry traces itself all the way back to fucking... Like, I've showed you this before, right? This is the Mason's Bible with the Mason's bit at the front, right? The people and the book. And what have you got down there? Let me see if I can get this into focus. Oh no, oh fuck, I've got the autofocus off. It says an Assyrian king.
It's all Egyptian, isn't it?
Well, that's where Masonry starts, mate. Back to the pyramids. Right, so you've got an Assyrian king. This is just the illustrations, by the way. There's obviously lots of writing.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
The early translations. Right, so look, mate. I don't even need to get that into focus. So you reckon that's Egyptians using? What does it say underneath it? Builders making bricks for the tomb of Thebes. No, King Solomon. It's a tomb of Thebes.
All right.
There's what does that? Hold on. What does it say? Because I can hardly read this shit. Egyptian. What the fuck's this?
They're very white. Them Egyptians, aren't they?
Oh, Egyptians working metal. I know you can't read underneath it, but that's what it says. Egyptians working metal, or like construction metal. And if you look at the picture, and then you've got Mount Ararat. A picture of Mount Ararat. But I'm no joking you could easily go and get this shit if you looked for it online. Probably open source.
Masonic Bible. You could go and get a Masonic Bible.
You could buy it quite easily, mate.
I can fucking imagine you could, but like it's only King James version, isn't it? With a little bit of change, a little tiny bit.
Well,
Not massively different.
You can get Masonic Qurans and all that, mate. I'm assuming.
Yeah. I bet you fucking can actually. Yeah.
And I would assume you can get Masonic. What do the Jews use? Not Qurans. The Torah, is it? I'd be surprised if you couldn't. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't, because there's Jew lodges and there's
I bet
Muslim
you could get
lodges.
one, but I bet there's not many Jews would get down with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying about religion, mate. It's a fucking smokescreen, man. It's for simpletons to follow, man. Everybody else is just fucking doing what they want to do. Well, coining it in. Well, look how many priests I know that have been caught at the fiddle, whether it be money or with kids or X, Y, or Z, fucking shagging around and all that.
I agree, and I completely agree. But like, what I want to point out quickly is, people have got very short, very sad, very unfulfilled lives, haven't they? And at the end of it, they've got this horrible thing. They see it as very horrible, called death. And then not only have they got that, they've got this fucking mind control saying, and if you weren't correct when you were alive, you're going to go and burn in hell for eternity. So of course they're going to turn to religion, aren't they? Eternal souls, aren't they?
I'm going to say yes, I agree with what you said.
If you're a bit thick, you fall for it, don't you? You can be highly intelligent and fall for it, by the way.
I would just like to have the standard. This is the way my mum and dad approached me and my siblings, man.
I'm not getting sound off the phone.
Oh shit!
I'll get it off the.
I'm going to say yes, I agree with what you said.
Right, how did we solve this fucking last time?
I just like people. I would just like to have the.
Right, turn it off and turn it on again. That is easily the best way to do it. It's the old-fashioned way. And it works. I don't know why this keeps crapping out, man.
Yeah.
Yo, testing, man.
Yeah, I've got you.
All right. I don't know why what's staying.
You accidentally mute your phone off the looks of it.
No, mate, I'm not on my phone. I'm on the computer with this. I'll tell you what keeps happening.
Muting it. It's they and them, bro.
What it is, bud,
it's the gay Mason Jews again.
It's the fucking Illuminati. But for some reason, my earphones are Bluetooth and they keep crapping out every now and again, and then I need to reconnect them, and then for some reason, it fucks with the audio. And
it might be your earphones.
If I had wired earphones, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't happen. But I prefer.
Yeah, I do prefer wired. I prefer wired headphones. Now, sorry, I just want to go back while we've got the audience. You know, when you get all that pressure put on you when you're a little kid growing up, I had it on me. I got took to Sunday school. I was taught off my mum and dad that God and Jesus, Jesus is my saviour, and God is God in the sky. Like, it was only later on I started to wonder, but you're saying Jesus is God, and God's Jesus, and Jesus, you know what I mean? Like, and it takes you a lifetime to even break free from it, doesn't it?
Well, that's why I feel sorry for people whose parents force a religion on them. My mum was more of the Catholic persuasion. My dad was a proddy. None of them went to church that I ever know of. The most religious thing I done was the Boys Brigade, but that was just like fucking a fucking kids fucking club thing. And there was to say there was no religion involved, there was, but it wasn't fucking trying to shove anything on you. And then my dad, because my mum and dad never christened any of us, and I remember hitting that 12-year-old mark, and a couple of my Catholic pals were getting their whatever they do when
I know what you
mean. Communion, that's what it was, communion.
Communion, yeah.
I'm hanging in the room with my Catholic pals, and they're talking about all the presents and all the dough they're getting for fucking communion, and that was the first time I can remember asking my mum and dad, like, "Hey, what the fuck about this religion stuff, man? Where's my dough?" And I'm not even joking, mate. And then my mum and dad was like, "Well, if you feel strongly enough in the future at any point, let us know and we'll get you christened." But I didn't feel strongly enough. I just wanted the money, being a fucking young dude, man. But they never shoved anything down my fucking throat. I never seen them going to any religious things and shit. And I'm very, very happy with that, because it made me allowed to fucking confirmation. Cheers, James boy. It made me come to my own conclusions in my own time. And through the roller coaster of life, man, I just think everybody should be able to make up their own religion, have their own gods. I like the way the ancients used to do it. You know, like the Greeks used to boil the Roman gods, the Romans used to borrow the Greek gods. Some of them were the kind of same with different names. But they had a god for everything, a god for blowjobs, a god for wine, a god for a finger up your arse. I swear to God, man, the amount of gods those fuckers had, it was brilliant, man. That's the way I went to rock and roll. And they never went around fucking going like that. Because they used to like just accept other people having different gods. It wasn't like, it wasn't until, and I will struggle pronouncing this, monotheism, right? And I hope I'm getting that right. And that's the idea that there is only one God. Right, and if there is only one God, it's easier to fucking control because there's a singularity. So there was the powerful people had a investment in it, making people believe in one God. Look, that's why the baby Jesus had to get shoved in cunts' throats. Because he was like, "Oh, I'm the son of God, there is only one God." The Romans are bouncing about like, "I can't speak to you now, pal, I've got the God of blowjobs on my shoulder." And that's the way the ancients used to do it, and that's the way I kind of rock and roll, man. Pick and choose my gods. My religion is pick and mix. Take all the good shite, throw away the shite. Take all the good stuff, throw away the bad stuff, man. Is it 6 or 7 for communion?
If you went back to, like, I don't know, maybe like even 500 years ago, if you were disfigured in battle, right, you could be denied going to heaven. Now, I know this sounds weird, but that's one of the thought processes. They did believe that, right? And again, you've not been christened, so you when you die, you're going to go to hell because you've not been christened. And they used to say that about little babies, didn't they? You got to get your baby christened because if it dies and it's not christened, it won't go to heaven.
Aye, that was the scare tactic, man.
Fuck.
Absolutely.
Christians, they'll try and argue that with you.
Mate, imagine you believed that. Imagine you actually were dumb enough to... I know, mate, still to this day. Bamboozles me, man. Bamboozles me. Yet again, we still have... Yet again, we still do have flat earth out there. Mate, I'm not even sure what microphone am I fucking using. Let me see if this is going to work.
We have flat earth because flat earth is faith, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know if somebody was having a laugh or what, man. Mate, it really takes... I'm no joking. It really takes... Well, do you know what? It's that. I remember I said this because I was thinking about all these things like fake snow, flat earth, etc., etc.
Yeah,
why are these things?
The best.
I love that, man. Why do these things? Why are they allowed to propagate or naturally propagate or whatnot? And the conclusion, well, one of the theories I came to was like, well, if people can make you, if they make you believe in nothing, they can make you. If they make you lose confidence in everything, they can make you believe in anything. And maybe it's just fucking people fucking with cunts. Because maybe it's just people trolling, but that flat earth stuff's still out there in abundance. Same with 5G.
Yeah.
Same with 5G, mate. We've got 5G everywhere. Nobody's dropping down dead. The birds aren't out the sky. I remember I said this the other day, and somebody went, I know, but... and I'm like, right, what? But what? Like, is the chemtrails killed and shit? Fucking, the fake snow. I mean, the list is endless. The list is endless.
Well,
and
I answer this to Jamie because Jamie goes a bit down these rabbit holes, and I say, well, why are people living longer?
I know. If they're trying to kill us, why is the fucking average age raising,
They're not
man?
doing a good job, are they?
I know, man. Fuck's sake, with today's technology, man, they could up the dose of fluoride, man, take us out earlier. Oh, man.
Well, people fall into flat earth because there's opportunists on the internet making money as well. Don't forget that.
Oh, aye, well, mate, flat earth gets monetised. I know that much. You know what I mean? You're not going to put up a thumbnail that YouTube rips down. Oh, hold on, I'm going to show.
We would have been better chatting a load of shit like on these Tartaria, flat earth, as you said, 5G, 6G on its way. We'd have been better carefully putting videos out like that. We'd be getting fucking thousands of views in a fucking couple of hours.
Well, here's my idea, right, Crossman, for a... here's my idea for a make... See, I'm getting pissed off with TikTok, right? Because they're really fucking... Anyway, they don't like the shit that I'm saying for obvious reasons. But my idea, if I wanted to make a family-friendly... I've even done a couple of videos at a family-friendly channel. I could come up with hundreds of ideas. One of them was... a family-friendly channel on TikTok. Well, what I would do is, I would call it, does it look like its picture? And just take a tour around all the fucking fast food joints that are now more like Argosies. And take a picture, film the fucking picture, and then fucking get the burger and then film the burger, and the picture looks about that big, and then you get it out the box. It's like fucking... that would be commercially big, because people just love the crack cocaine, and you would get hungry people clicking on that, and they don't know to waste any more a minute at a time. So they're like, oh, fucking watch this. I wonder if a fucking Angus burger does look like its fucking picture. And you can just imagine that fucking spreading like wildfire. That's my idea anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, I was watching something on YouTube with our eldest lad, and I said, you could do that. And this guy's just going round having meals and then, like, giving a bit of spiel about them. Oh, go and kip in an hotel and start reviewing hotels, get free digs all over it, gaff.
Mate, I love watching those videos, man, and it's because
they're alright. They're not bad, are they?
It's because you're hungry.
What made me laugh the other day, there was an advert come on the telly, and it was called the chicken tower burger from KFC. And they went, look, we can't fit it on the screen, and they turned it sideways. I thought, if I went to KFC now and got one of these shit fucking burgers off you, it'd be flat as a fucking pancake. Flat as
Mate, that's a joke and a half to be done there, by the way, a video. Like, you could...
Because like, when you go and if you get a McDonald's burger, it's basically shit, isn't it? If you get a KFC burger, I mean, I won't even get KFC chicken anymore, me. I go to the Asian fried chicken places now. At least you get real chicken.
Instead of fucking gunk flew in for America.
little tiny fucking pigeon wing, innit? Like, fuck off.
I know, mate. It's like...
The world, Kit, the world is a scam, and if you can work it out, you can make a fortune for it, but we're a little bit too on the honest side. We're not corrupt enough yet.
Well, that's only the first idea I came up with, like, because I was getting fucking, I done one TikTok and got over 1,000 followers or whatever they call it, right? Get kicked off for that. Done a second one or a third one. I think it was a second one. And then again, you don't get kicked off that. And do you know what it was, buddy? I could be, it wasn't like whipping my dick out or anything like that. It was talking about Tommy Robinson. Talking about Tommy Robinson. Anything talking about Tommy Robinson, boom, down, boom, down, boom, down. Appeal. And I would win some appeals, and I would win other appeals. And I was calling it chinkity talk and all that shit, man. And I wasn't getting fucking flung off for that. Talk about Tommy Robinson, boom, kick straight off, man. Mental.
I tell you what, it makes you wonder what's going on there, doesn't it?
Mate, I would imagine it's automated in the sense that I was hashtagging them EDL, SDL, and all that shit to get all his fucking retards to the yard. And maybe it was that. Maybe it's just his name's Mud, mate. Maybe his name's just pure mud. He's literally seen as a fucking far-right extremist. Who knows? Even by China's standards.
But you wouldn't have been doing him any favours, would you?
That's the weird thing about it, mate. It's almost as if China was protecting Tommy Robinson.
Probably is.
Well, I suppose...
That's what I mean. You can't fucking work it out. This fucking internet, you cannot fucking work it out. All you have to do is come on, find some crappy point, stick to it, don't break any of the rules and all the bullshit, and gaslight every cunt. That's why flat Earth's a belt. I'm going to become a flat earther. Okay. Because I was thinking it looks flat. This morning, I went out of the door, I was pedaling on my bike, and I thought, looks pretty flat, you know.
Yeah. Crossman, I've got an idea for you, right, for a TikTok, right? This is a bigger market than your flat tabs, right? So you do a bit of the cutting the hair, right? So TikToks is all about the crack cocaine. It's not about fucking filming the whole thing and all that. It's about start, middle, finish. So get some sort of a weird gimmick or something and ask people, and I bet you they would be happy to do it. Like, oh, you're going to put me on the shit TikTok? They'd be loving it, man. They'd be going home like, here I'm on the TikTok. That's a good start.
I've seen channels on YouTube kill it doing shit haircuts, mate.
What would be?
To be honest, I want to become rich and famous and influential, talking shit about all crap, bro. Know what I mean?
Well, mate, haircuts are the crap, and I know if I was scrolling through the fucking crack cocaine and shit they talk, if I seen a haircut thing that sounded appealing, I would watch it. Definitely.
TikTok. My mates keep saying, oh, get a TikTok channel, we get tons of views, and I keep going, fuck that. I can't stand TikTok. Don't know why I hate it.
Crossman, see the views you get before you get blacklisted, mate, it will astound you. I was getting all
I know, you can get buzzing, can't you?
I mean, I got over 1,000 views, with 1,000 views, 1,000 followers within maybe a month or something, maybe a bit more. And that was just with stupid fucking carrot and fucking broccoli videos, man.
My mate Simon, he's using Twitter now, and he says it's helping his channel on YouTube.
Good stuff, man. Well, I'm on the Twitters now, and it doesn't seem to be doing anything fucking for me.
Right. Well, there you go. I think the only way you can do it is to be an Illuminati show.
Well, it doesn't. Look at what Danny Tomo said to me, mate, when he phoned me on the Skypes. Leave off the hair, and I'll share your videos. That proves the truth for industrial complex. They're all feeding off each other. So if you don't play ball, you're known the gang.
Absolutely. Someone texted me, went, "Why do you think they're picking on you, Crossman?" I said, "Because I tread heavy, and I don't fucking comply."
You shall not comply.
I just say what I feel like saying about the subject that I want to say it about, and it don't go down well, does it?
No, man.
And yet, Tucker Carlson can do a 2.5 hour video talking about COVID, right? We won't get away with that, Kit.
No chance, buddy. No chance.
It shows you that something's going on.
Well, like it's like the beginning of Google when the algo was the algo, right? Nowadays it isn't. It's a tiered system now, isn't it? Rather than a fair playing field, for obvious reasons.
Well, why are you and me being controlled by YouTube, by putting stuff on our YouTube channel? Why are we being controlled by California in America?
I think it's more YouTube protected, right? Let's take your conspiracy hat off for a second and say maybe it's just YouTube trying to protect their brand. Because after Donald Trump got elected, YouTube were like, "Oh fuck, man, we've fucking pretty much acted as his personal fucking foghorn, fucking to fucking change the politics in America." And they realised that people were. It was that simple thing. Talking about Trump and his shit would make you lots of money if your YouTube was fucking monetized, and you could get your YouTube monetized very, very easy. And get anything.
Well, like I said before we went live on air, like I was saying, wasn't I? Everyone's shitting the pants in all these different places and positions, and no one knows what the right protocol is at the moment. Now you've got the elections coming up, and it's not just the UK elections; it's everywhere, isn't it, at the minute? So they did it with COVID. They put all the fucking what's the word? The rules. They went to what's it called? Called red, didn't they? Like, if you get what I mean. Well, but it's all right if you Tucker Carlson. It's all right if you Russell Brand. It's all right, if you're any of the GB News cunts.
What happened to Russell Brand? Has he not been jailed for being a sex pest yet?
Well, you'll never be able to prove it. It was 20 fucking odd years ago, and it was picking up a 16-year-old girl up, just the same as Brian Harvey. Which is out of order, but again, it's not actually illegal, is it?
Exactly, my man. Exactly what you're going to do. Apart from trial by social media to destroy them.
Yeah, maybe they've had trial by social media.
Maybe.
Well,
on Atwood.
Russell has.
Oh, Devin.
But you said it in a video years ago, didn't you? You went, "Well, I'm a young pop star." Well, it's true what you said.
What's that, bud?
You said, like, you're a young pop star. You've got women falling off your fucking feet, and drooling at your feet, haven't you?
It's not the first time or the last time it will ever happen.
No, not at all.
What do you mean about Sean Atwood, Devin? I fucking missed the context, buddy. I'm not a fan of him, man. It's like Sean Atwood. What the fuck is he going to do? Why is there people in this truth movement that are nothing about truth apart from all they're doing is gangster stories, fucking fairy stories? You're like, what the fuck is this morphed into? I'm not saying they are bad things, but if you look at how they got their in to that fucking community, it was all about, I'm going to expose the truth, I'm going to expose it. It's like, you're fucking talking shite. I
think Sean Atwood is a complete government plant. I really do.
I think he's a plant, but maybe not a government one.
No, he's definitely under orders.
How would you think his purpose is, mate? I don't watch his stuff. Just his appearance annoys the fuck out of me. I keep thinking Richard O'Brien. Every time I watch him, I want to watch the Crystal Maze.
He keeps people on the straight and narrow, doesn't he?
Well, I suppose he keeps people away from speaking about anything other than like somebody's biography or some shit like that, man. And it's not that it's shit. I mean, the things are entertaining and good, but as you're saying, it's like it's for my opinion, they're bleeding off a already built community by hanging out a few dangleberries, like Trump telling you like Trump telling the truther community that he's going to tell us who killed JFK and he's going to end vaccinations and he's going to, what else was the shit he was saying, man? I couldn't say anything fucking to get a blowjob into him, man. He's allowed to talk about Epstein. Alright, I never knew that, mate. But I don't know if he's know this, right? Hold on, I'll actually show yous once I get up. Matt, I put up a thumbnail for this hangout earlier, right? I think I showed you the email actually that said it was took down. I'll show you the thumbnail that got took down by Google. I thought it was fucking hilarious, to be honest with you, man. In fact, I still do think it's hilarious, but I think all my stuff's funny. Otherwise, do it. Otherwise, do it. Right, so the bit you can't see, that's been censored by YouTube, but it's that fucking character for that show that I can't remember right now, lying down drunk. Now, I was wishing Ukraine a happy anniversary, because obviously, like, 2 years married to the West. How's it going? And then, as you can see, there's a fucked up war zone. That's how it's going. And then a guy lying on the hung me. Is he dead? Is he drunk? Who knows? Right? And as you can see, what a fucking night. The Hangover Part 5, motherfuckers. I thought that was fucking hilarious. But I stuck it up without that wee thing round the thing. And
Right.
YouTube took it down. But they didn't take down the stream. They only took down, because the stream hadn't started. It was only the thumbnail. So you're actually, your thumbnails are getting scanned or looked at before your stream even starts.
They're on fucking thumbnail patrol, bro.
I love my thumbnails, man, but they don't seem to be setting the Twitter world alight, funnily enough.
I think I'm gonna stick to just my own fucking horrible head.
No, mate, see when I'm doing some of my thumbnails, man, I don't plan anything, right? So I literally see the fucked up thing that the image they took down is on the front page of Google search. All I done is put in Ukraine war, boom, Google image search, first page, and I had no idea what I was looking for, just something that I could maybe take a piss out, and I seen that guy lying down like that. Obviously, did. I was like, speech bubble. Is there, mate, I have a giggle doing my fucking thumbnails, man. I love them.
Let me ask you a question then. I hate it when people ask me questions, so let me ask you a question.
That's all right.
Because I'm going to tell you what I believe before I ask you it then. Because I do not believe that 9/11 was exactly as it seems on the tin. Right?
Right.
What do you think? Do you believe that it was Muslims with Stanley knives on a plane?
Well, put it this way, mate. There's the amount of things and theories that I've kind of believed and touched on and went through the journey with that 9/11 shit over time, like holograms, all sorts of stuff. The stuff, what I think went on now is a lot more close to what I would say is saying. Who those people on those planes were, who the fuck knows? I believe planes hit the building. I could still
I can believe that.
I could still even I could believe there wasn't explosions in the building, but I could also believe there was. You know, I don't know. And I'm either way. Maybe it was just really shitty design. Do you know, like Grenfell and that fucking villains?
No, that is true. No, it's true. They did it on an open plan design, which was it was of the time. It was the style of the time. So what I'm saying is, like, basically, it didn't have much of a middle structure. So you are right there in what you've just said. But I reckon that I still believe that was an inside job. I still believe it was an inside job.
Well, like, define inside job.
If you ask Sean Atwood that, he'll tell you that it was exactly as we've been told.
But I was going to say there, mate, define an inside job, because an inside job could be like for example, your average Allah Akbar ISIS dude. It's no a white cunt in a turban. It's a fucking brown cunt that's been persuaded with dough or whatever, a fucking stupid book to fucking go and do whatever. But who's pulling the strings? So the Abduls, who may or may not be on those planes, and they done what they may or may not done. Well, some cunt fucking, in my opinion, some cunt flew those planes into those fucking buildings. I'm not a structural engineer, but I've heard structural engineers explain the pancake theory thing, which kind of makes sense. But the thing that really fucks with my head, mate, what was the other building?
I haven't got a problem with the topping of the towers. My problem is, in my opinion, it's only my opinion, it's only crap that I've gleaned off the internet, that when I say an inside job, that the CIA stroke whatever powers that be wanted to go and invade the Middle East, like, basically.
I gave them the
setting it off.
It gave them the prerequisite, didn't it? Is that the right word? I don't know. It gave them the
yes.
In fact, mate, it gave them. Word, yeah. In fact, it gave them that monkey poster that was shown earlier on. Hold on, I'll see if I can get it back up.
It gave them the prerequisite to invade Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran next, isn't it? And it's still coming.
Right,
Iran will be.
See that monkey picture?
Israel is only a way to get into attacking Iran, by the way, I think.
Mate, see all the terrorist shit that we get, right? And 9/11 could be part of that. It's no kind of different, the outcome, the messages that we get, than that monkey picture that we were looking earlier on. All you do is need to replace that German cunt's hat with a fucking, what does your average Arab wear? I fucking put him in a fucking whatever an Arab dude wears. And that's what the message that's getting portrayed, to demonise the other side so we can kill them easier, or when they do get killed we feel less, if that makes sense.
Which USA statesman was it that said our plan is to go into Iraq, Afghanistan, blah 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 blah, and then into Iran? Can you remember who I'm on about?
Wesley General Clark. He was in the army. Amazing fucking record. And then,
well
but this was out in the time. I don't know the exact date, but it was around the time of fucking the neocons, and he was running on the opposite side of the neocons to try and position himself for president. So I'm not saying it's not true, because all the countries he named are fucking hellholes, are being fucking turned into hellholes, or continuously getting turned into hellholes. But I mate, Wesley Generally Clark. But it was on Democracy Now as well.
Listen to this. Again, it was a general list. I can't think what it was called because it was years ago. But it said, when you see war all over and disablement, or is that even a word? Basically everything's fucked up. He said you get a stability from that. So having this Ukraine thing rumbling, having this Israel thing rumbling, right? We think it's a bad thing, but in actual fact, for the people that are above us with plenty of money, it's actually a great thing. It makes their lives more stable and more secure, and makes the bank balances grow faster.
Well, that's very true,
especially if you've got shares in Lockheed Martin.
Right, Crossman, listen, man, I need to go and feed myself. And
right, no worries, bro. No worries.
Over. But it's been brilliant, mate. Yet again.
Right, brilliant. Right, we'll close this stream down and I'll have a 2-minute natter with you before you eat.
Right, so everybody that's
good evening, everybody.
Everybody that's tuned in, man, every Saturday at some point, stub and bail up and all that shit, and you'll get a notification about what time it's going to be on. I think or something like that. Paul in the evening, James, Devon, Alan, how you doing, guys? Sean Atwood, he's allowed to talk. Night Kip, Crossman, good chat. Thanks, my man. the Klinsman building. Oh shit, that was the thing I was going to say about 9/11, mate. What about, was it Building 7? That's still a head fuck, by the way.
Yeah, you never mentioned Building 7, Kit.
Oh, I completely. I meant to and then fucking went off on a tangent. But
No, you don't mention. You're going too deep into it now. Never mention Building 7.
That still pickles my fucking nut. That's the thing.
The building that just fell down on its own.
Then they get hot with a plane. See that?
Have you not been to school? You can never mention it.
Never been to what? Sorry.
Shell school.
No yet, man. I'm working. I'm saving up for it. Right, mate. These 2 seconds and I'll fucking hang all this shit up. And thumbs it up, everybody, if you enjoyed it.
Building 7 have been on the piss all day.
What was the official excuse they said about that? I can't even remember.
They said it was shockwaves, didn't they?
Said it was what?
Shockwaves.
Well, I, if I remember right, did they not say it was fires that were started with the debris or some shit?
Well, they said it were explosives. Some firemen had bombs going off, didn't it? But
that's right, bud. That's right. Well, Alan, Paul, James, everybody in the chat, thanks you. Well, hold on, end the poll. But there's been 16 people that's voted. Right, so 31% say peace deal, 62% Russia, and 6% say Ukraine. And you can't get any better polls than a fucking Kitch Clips poll, man. It's fucking more accurate than the polls you get off of fucking TV and stuff. Don't watch TV, just watch internet, remember. Right, 2 seconds, Crossman will be back with you. I'm just going to hang this shit up. So thanks everybody, catch you next week.
Cips Clips. And remember, citizens, always subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. And $19.95 plus shipping and handling will keep you out of hell.